We got a special show for you tonight, so join in. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tardis Zone Talks. So, a special Tardis Zone Talks today. It's the night before, the day before the New York Comic Con, where Jodie Whittaker, Monique Gill, and Bradley Walsh will appear for the first time in a few months. Also, the account that spoke vaguely about Doctor Who doesn't exist anymore. Now, some out there, I put up a tweet last night because I knew this would happen. I'm always a step ahead. But anyway, I put a tweet up to say that the other side will spin this and say, well, there must have been some truth in it. That's why the BBC took it down. No, the person that owns the account took it down. See, this is a coy little plan. I sussed it last night. There's someone within the fandom, whether it's on their side or on the other side, that have either got someone to do this or are doing it themselves. They're putting out fake news to justify or validate that Series 13 is filming. Now, there is no evidence whatsoever to back this up except this fake account. And I'm going to call it a fake account because it set up in July, didn't tweet anything. July last year, by the way, 2019, just to make it clear. Didn't tweet anything until September. A few random tweets from the Weather Channel, a few photographs and stuff like that. Just random chatter. Something about BBC 4, and then voila, all of a sudden, I'm walking home and there's Doctor Who filming. Provides absolutely no evidence, and now everybody has run with this, which I think is highly irresponsible during the pandemic, because what you are essentially have done is basically you have told, you are spreading rumours that have not been confirmed, that have no photographic evidence to confirm it. So why is all going around saying it's fact when it clearly isn't, when BBC themselves have not made it official? Now, there has been talk of BBC could be keeping it under wraps. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, and I'll tell you why. Because BBC press office have been announcing shows left, right, and centre that have begun filming again, and you're telling me that those shows don't have a fandom, that fans don't show up at their filming locations, that film in Wales. Don't be stupid, right? BBC aren't keeping anything under wraps to keep fans away, because if anybody actually knows, there are local lockdowns in Wales, okay? The movements are restricted, yeah? So what you're basically doing is you're putting out a rumour, saying it's fact, and you could, by saying that, encourage other fans to go to these locations, putting themselves and other people at risk during a global pandemic. You ought to be all ashamed of yourselves. You have totally thrown logic out the window, and you are running with this as if it's true. BBC have not confirmed Doctor Who has begun filming. They may do so tomorrow. Yeah, they may do during Comic Con tomorrow and say that Doctor Who is gearing up to be filming. But people saying that it's filming right now, I don't see any evidence. Show me the evidence. If you look at the Twitter account, and I have the tweets, by the way, I kept the tweets before the account was taken down. Very vague. Very vague. 2 women screaming at a car. Very vague. Doctor Who is filming. It's a pain. Very vague. No details. Nothing. Doesn't mention anything. Apparently, Jodie Whittaker was there in a new jacket. Yeah? Something like that would be big news. You mean to tell me that this person, and this is why I can't get my head around that, and why I can't believe how people are so stupid to have fallen for this. So this fella or this person is the only person in Wales that happened to go by when they were filming, and nobody thought for 1 second to take a screenshot. We had leaks last year. We had leaks the year before. You mean to tell me that nobody was able to get a picture or take a road sign that says Doctor Who filming in progress, which we've seen before? Never thought of taking a photograph. Get away. He's thrown logic out the window because there are some people out there trying so hard to validate their source. If your source is right, why not sit back, relax, and wait for your source to be proven correct as you say that they are? It's as simple as that. You wouldn't be making so much efforts to try and validate your information if your source is 100% accurate as you seem to think. As I said, everybody that puts out source information, including the person in question, it's source information. It's not based on 100% fact because you don't have the facts in front of you, just like I don't, right? You're given information, you put it out there. Simple as that. Simple as that. And I find it highly suspicious. Listen, I'm a clever man. Yeah, I could see things. I know what's happening here, right? Okay, BBC haven't announced Jack. So until they announce something about Doctor Who, I'm not believing any account out there that is so dodgy, so unreliable. It's that so unreliable you could even compare it to Titanic steel. It has so many holes in it, it's unbelievable. An account that was set up, I'll give you the facts. An account that was set up in July 2019 doesn't tweet anything about Doctor Who or anything that year, right? No tweets whatsoever. Starts tweeting 2020 September, right? Puts up a few random tweets. And then, the end of the month, starts talking about Doctor Who filming but giving vague details. Never spoke about Doctor Who before. Doesn't look like this person is even a Doctor Who fan, right? And you mean to tell me that no other person in Wales that lives in that area, because the biggest mistake that they gave was a location, this forest. I've actually did some further investigating myself. I've checked, as I said, local notice boards. I've checked all the AA have the AA is a brilliant company, by the way. They deal with cars breakdowns, and what happens is they have an updated roadmap. So basically, it's updated, it's up to the minute because, drivers need to know if there's any diversions or any of that. There is nothing that indicates, right, where they're placed, by the way, and you can check this out yourselves, right? I don't need to hide anything. Go and check these yourselves. Use your common sense for a change, right? Go and check the roadmap, right? There is nothing that indicates there are road closures or road works in the vicinity of the forest that they were talking about. Even the park that's next to it and the housing estate that's next to it, there are no road closures. If they were filming, trust me, there would be road closures and there would be signs, right? There would be signs indicating, right? Here's the thing. Nobody out there, bar that account that has now taken itself down, has spoken about this. What's happened is other people in the YouTube community that are so desperately trying to validate their information have made sure that this information has got out there in the mainstream. And now other magazines and other articles, who I think personally are irresponsible for saying that there's a possibility that this is happening when there is no facts to back it up, bar a little tweet that you are all putting up. That one tweet that says Doctor Who is filming on Walking By Doctor is not proof that Doctor Who is filming, right? It's an absolute disgrace, and you ought to be ashamed of yourselves in a global pandemic that you are coming out and saying that it's filming when you have absolutely no proof. Nobody's been able to give 100% shred of evidence to back this up, right? And when I've asked, right, all I keep saying, and now the spin is, I'll wait till Comic-Con. That's what they're doing. They've come out and they've preemptively said that this is going to happen, hoping that an announcement is made at Comic-Con. All I'll say is, what happens if no announcement is made on filming tomorrow? Is that person that's being gloating and having a go at people going to apologise? Nobody wants your apology anyway, because it'd be hollow, because you've already tried to apologise once before, and we see where apologies get us in this fandom. Right? They're hollow. Right? So we'll see. Listen, at the end of the day, you've got this in your head that people are saying that your source is wrong. Nobody has ever said that. You've got it in your head that people are challenging your source. That's not true whatsoever. Not true whatsoever. We had this same song and dance last year. I'm not going to do it again with you this year. At the end of the day, you've come out straight tonight and told everybody that I'm spreading fake news. How dare you? How dare you? I've actually shown proof. I actually threw up a tweet tonight, me spy file information, and when I threw it up, you all I see here is that you got a copyright strike. No, you've seen that it said embargoed information, but you won't admit it to yourself, right? I've proven that I've actually put information out there that got me a strike on my channel. I don't need to pretend this, that, and the other. And again, I will say any piece of information that I've put out on this channel has never been to rile anybody up or to be vindictive or to go against anybody. That's all in your head, and you really need to take some sort of medication, right? Get it out of your head. Nobody's coming after you. I don't give a flying crap if your source is right, and Doctor Who does start filming, right? You've betted on it. You've played the percentages, and you're hoping that there's an announcement made tomorrow. I wonder what your reaction will be if there isn't. By the way, if you wonder what your reaction will be if you have been proven right, you will get no reaction, because you've been an asshole for the last couple of weeks, gloating and calling people out that nobody actually even wants to have anything to do with you anymore. People are getting sick and tired of your behaviour, right? And listen, if you want to be king of the Whovians, go for it, mate. I don't claim to be anything special, but you clearly have an ego. So listen, if you want to be the one that talks for this fandom, go ahead, mate. Go ahead. We'll see how many people actually listen to you. Right? If you want to play that card. Yeah? Popular on the arse. God, you just check out my streams compared to yours and we see who's popular, mate. Yeah? Don't be having a go. See, this is what happens when someone loses an argument. Then they start threatening you about private conversations that you had. And you see, that's when you know that they're unhinged. When they start threatening you about private conversations we had. See, here's the thing. Private conversations are private for a reason. Now, if you're going to go down that route, I can say it, and I've already said it offline to people. If you want to play like that, that's fine. I won't be playing like that, because I'll just let everybody see how pathetic you are. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do you think I'm afraid if you ruin me, or you so-called ruin me? I don't care. I'll still continue to do what I do. It doesn't matter how many people follow me. I'm never going to be silent. So, get over it. So, that's where I stand on it. It's as simple as that. Until, as I said, until confirmed, all of this is just smoke and mirrors until BBC come out and actually say something. And I'm just going to add this. You mean to tell me that the biggest show that Doctor Who or that BBC have, and they've announced smaller shows, they're not going to announce this one as filming? It'll be the first time ever. There's just so much about this that doesn't sit right, and I wish people would actually use their common sense. Nobody's actually coming out and saying sources are wrong. All I'm saying is that YouTube account is talking out of its arse. Gave no details, presented no evidence. Jesus Christ, us YouTubers that put out information give more detail. Even if it is wrong sometimes, we still give detail. because we're given details, right? This person gave absolutely none, vague descriptions. Oh, and by the way, it'll be funny because if they were filming, as people claim, well then they'll want to be in the same house as each other, because if they're going to be working together, they'll have to be in that bubble. So if they happen to be on separate computers in different houses, I'll say no more. Again, though, even if they are there until it actually comes out from the BBC, this is all I've ever said, and it's kind of winded some people up. All I've said is wait for an official announcement. Right? Stay calm. Let's wait. And I don't think anybody should be saying that filming has started if they don't have absolute 100% evidence, right? Because you could encourage people to go to Cardiff. This is why I have such a big deal about this. It's not about proving someone right or wrong, okay? And it's not. And I wish you'd understand that. This is not about proving someone right and wrong. This is about telling people to wait until it's official, because you know Doctor Who fans, everybody knows Doctor Who fans. If they get a sniff that this show is filming, they're going to go to the locations. So this is why when an announcement is made, I do believe the announcement will be made, for the simple fact is they will add the fact that we don't encourage fans. And there is, listen, I've been sent, I have a few I've been sent a few photographs anyway, screenshots I should say, from someone that's been checking stuff out for me, and I'm going to be bringing them on now in a minute. Okay, I just got confused there. Sorry, just hang on. Right, so where were we? So yeah, as I said, look, this has never been about trying to disprove anybody. The account certainly, I've tried to highlight the actual holes within the account and the fact that it doesn't make any sense. But it looks like a lot of magazines have actually, unfortunately, picked up this story. And as I said, they should be ashamed. And the people that are responsible for making sure that these articles picked up on it should be ashamed as well. It's highly irresponsible of you people to be going out and telling everybody that Series 13 is filming when there is absolutely, and again, I will say it again, show me the evidence, 100% evidence, fact, that backs up this claim that filming has begun. Until then, as I said, it's rumor from an account that is as dodgy as Titanic steel. Simple as that. Makes absolutely no sense. This is why I can't understand why people have let logic go out the window. I used to think Doctor Who fans was smart. The majority of us. But I'm saying something completely different, and it's further to me, because as I said, I thought we were a smart bunch of fans, but clearly not. Clearly not. People will believe anything blindly if it validates their source. Well, I think that's sad. And the funny thing is that person actually had a go at me last year for kind of behaving the same way, which was true. You've all seen that. I said this year that I'd be more balanced. I was saying all the things that this person was saying. And rightly so, I got called out. So, but this is worse. This is actually worse because of the situation that we're in. That's what I said. Emma makes a good point. He said filming had started in September, now October, now November. They don't even know. Nobody knows. And if you check my Twitter account, watch my YouTube videos, that's exactly what I've been saying all along. Nobody knows. So show me the evidence that Series 13 is filming, or shut up until there's an official announcement. And don't be having a go at YouTubers or streamers that you're threatened by, because you're clearly threatened. You know, and there's nothing to be threatened about. There's plenty of room on this platform, as I said. You know, and you can badmouth me all you like, you know, and I know there's a few idiots that have actually liked your tweets, the ones about me. They obviously don't know the full facts either. And I'd say to those idiots that have liked that, I'd wish you to go watch me videos and actually hear what I'm trying to say. He's talking out of his arse. Simple as that. He's using an account that has so many holes in it to back up his information. BBC haven't made an official. They've made every other show official on their BBC press office. I follow the BBC press office. There's always announcements made on it, right? Doctor Who will be announced either. We'll get some info. We'll either get some information tomorrow or we won't. And if you don't give us information tomorrow, well, I'd find that highly suspicious. If they're filming, why wouldn't they make it up now? No, but it's a pre-record. Why would they mention it in a pre-record? Because they know it's a pre-record and they know when it's going out, so they'd actually say that to get a head start. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Common sense in this fandom. Yeah, something does seem off about Twitter. There is something going on. There is. Right. I'm going to see if me guest... Just going to see now if they're ready to go. Listen, don't mention anybody's. Don't mention that streamer's name in the channel, because then he'll, like the rest of them, he'll play the victim and say, "Look, everybody's picking on him." So please don't mention his name. I just can't believe people have let logic go out the window. I thought people were smarter than that, to be quite honest with you. I mean, there are so many holes in that Twitter account. It's unbelievable. But I knew what would happen. I predicted it. I told people offline the account would be protected. When I seen it was protected, I knew what was going to happen next. They'll take it down next, because then they'll try to convince the other side. Listen, this is someone that obviously doesn't like the fact that there's streamers out there like me that have been saying that Series 13 isn't filming yet, and we don't know when it's filming, right? And that has seemed to rub people up the road. Listen, unless you have fact, it's funny the lectures I got last year about having fact. Well, I did get some facts right. So I'm actually gonna I am gonna actually do this. I wasn't gonna do this, but I will do this actually, because I think people need to see something. So some of you are only following me a while now, right? So, you know, I've been accused of making up stuff on this channel, right? And it happens quite a lot. And like that account tonight, I was accused of fake news, right? That's what they said. Right? So fake news, right? So I'm going to show you a little something now, right? That's going to actually, you know, slap that down, right? Because apparently I put out fake news. So let's see, do I put out fake news, right? So I'm about to share something. Hold on. I have to share it to myself first and then put it up on the screen. But I'm going to show you all something, right? And I'm gonna make it to you guys. You will see, right? I'm gonna make it clear, right? And if there's any Jodie Whittaker fans watching, welcome, because I'm about to blow your mind with something right now. See, what other YouTubers or streamers out there don't talk about is the fact that I got 100%, and I mean 100% hit rate on 100% hit on information that I received last year about Spyfall. Right? So much so that the BBC didn't like my video. So much so, BBC actually had it taken down for, I quote, giving away trade secrets and embargoed information. Who would like to see the screenshots of those? Because apparently I put out fake news. How would you like to see real news and how a real channel puts out source news? And anybody that's been following me will know the success rate that I've actually had on this channel. I'm actually calm, very calm, because everybody was probably expecting me to lose me shit as I normally do. But you see, that's not me, and it never was me. We all get sucked into situations, right? And you're forced to defend yourself. But I've just decided that what's the point of going mad at someone that clearly needs validation? And it's kind of sad because if you really need to use an account with so many holes to validate, as I said, if your information is spot on, you just need to sit back and shut your mouth. But you've done so much talking that people have actually begun to question. And that's the problem. There's a difference. You don't say nothing. You keep it to yourself. If you're so confident that you're right, you don't need to say anything. You let your information talk for itself. Isn't that what we do, folks? You let your information talk for itself. You could sit back. You don't even have to be smug. You could just sit back and watch as your news is proven right. But no, that's not the way you've behaved. So some people have begun to question, why does he need to validate his source so much? Why? If your information is true, you've nothing to worry about. You don't need no account that has so many holes in it to back you up. As I said, you sit back and you watch your information do the talking for you. But now I'm going to show my subscribers actual proof of stuff that I've gotten right. And I think this one is a pretty major one. This is why I'm putting this up. This is pretty major. This is the one that actually, got the channel finally striked. And if people remember, I couldn't stream on my channel for 2 weeks because I was streaming on my second channel. Right, so I'll get the other fella on now in a minute. Right, but I'm going to show you this, right? And this is just the first one. I'm going to show you two tweets or two messages here now, right? So when I sent this to the person, his reply back is, well, all I see is a copyright strike, trying to be smart, right? But I'm going to show all of you and tell me what you guys see here. I'll read it out to you as well. So I had the complete copyright school, as you see there, right? And it says, content used, embargoed information, posted without authorization, revealing trade secrets, right? Embargoed information, posted without authorization, revealing trade secrets, right? Now, watch this. Is it this one? Or is it the same one? Hold on. Did I put that up twice? Hold on. Is this it? No, there it is. There it is. So there you go. Okay, so the exclusive information on Spyfall. This video is no longer available due to a copyright claim by BBC Studios. Right? And as you can see there, a claimant sends us a legal notice, blah, blah, blah. People says because I used, if people saw me Spyfall information. Actually, here's the weird thing. I think if you go, what's the date on that? Where is the date? It's probably on the next one. Hold on. Well, it's Spyfall anyway. So where's the date? So the strike expires on the 17th of March 2020. So it's already gone. Okay. Video taken down. Claimant BBC Studios. Exclusive information on Spyfall. So as I said, I don't talk out of me arse, right? I provide information and I got a hit. Do I claim to get a hit every time? No, but I got a hit there. So don't be calling me news fake news. You don't have one of them. So as you can see, this is why I have the following that I have. Because people that have been with me from the early days know that I'm genuine. They know that that every time I put news out there now, I'm not telling everybody that, yeah, you should take this with 100% fact. It's not fact. Some people in this fandom need to really grow up and realize that maybe Noel does have sources. Maybe Noel is telling the truth, because I am, and I always have been, right? And for the Twitter accounts out there and the YouTube accounts that are bigger than me and that other fella that are saying, well, why would anybody go to a smaller YouTuber? Like, seriously, you're going to actually ask that question? You're going to ask why? Well, let's see. Maybe they don't want to reveal themselves because maybe the information that they're given, could be, linked back to them. So they have to be careful. That's why we never get everything either, by the way. I know there's information that sources keep from us, right? They only let us have what they want us to have. I know that. And the other fella knows that. So that's why I never say it's fact, because it's not until it's proven it is. So that's the way where I stand on it. But there you go. I think that might shut up a few people anyway. So because I know they're allowed on Twitter, they say that on Facebook now, because word does get around on the public. Oh, don't be listening to the Tardis zone. He's a liar. He's a liar. He's a liar. And none of these people can actually provide any evidence that they're telling the truth. But I can provide evidence, and I'm just have to provide evidence. And I've sent that link to you. You know who you are. I'm just going to refer. Right. We're back. Sorry about that. But this is all I'm asking people to do. Use their common sense. But as you can see there, I don't lie, right? And that's just the way it is. I've been honest with you, 100%. I just find it highly irresponsible of people claiming when there's no evidence. But I'm going to bring on my first guest. And I will take one or two of you in the chat that want to commit. Actually, even better, if there's anybody that actually wants to come on, I know Alpha Omega sent me his email. Alpha Omega, if you would like to pop on, go ahead. Let me know. And if there's who else did I see there? Who else can I bring on? Let me see. We've got Daniel there. We've got Charlotte. If one of you two guys would like to come on. Actually, Charlie, you haven't been on in a while. Would you like to come on and discuss these rumors and stuff? Yeah, so Spyfall. Yeah, so I got the information. I basically gave... I wasn't supposed to. Here was the thing. There was actually a mix-up. I was given the information, but I was actually told after the fact, after I got excited and made Normally what happens is when I receive a bit of information, I will sit on it and I won't run with it for a minute. I won't run with it straight away, right? I'll hang on to it for a second. Jamie. I'll hang on to it because, just in case something else pops up, I like to get everything in. But this was the one time where I decided, feck it, this was too big. I have to throw it out there. And as soon as I did, and I know people watched it because I think it had over 200 views before it was taken down. And I think that video is still up on Facebook somewhere because Facebook didn't get it. So it's up there somewhere on Facebook. But yeah, they took it down, YouTube. But I actually told everybody that the Tardis, the Master's Tardis, was going to fly alongside the plane, and that Sacha Dhawan was going to be revealed as the Master. And I gave other information, and that's when I got the strike. So there you go. Charlotte, no, we're not allowed to talk about rumors anymore because there's a bunch of I can't use that word anymore because I think it's YouTube are very particular on it. But let's just say there's the Twitter police, people that think they've got the moral high ground that police the internet. And no, I'm not going to lie, but you got all this from Gallifrey Base. It was public knowledge. I didn't get anything from Gallifrey Base because I'm not even on Gallifrey Base. And what do you mean? What specific information did I get on Gallifrey Base? You don't mind me asking you? I've never been on Gallifrey Base. Never been on Gallifrey Base. And you can check. There is no, I'm not on Gallifrey Base. People will tell you that. I've threatened to sign up a few times, but I've never actually signed up. Look, again, there's always people, and listen, fair enough, Matt, there's always going to be people that are going to question, right? I've no problem with that. Absolutely 100% no problem with that. It's when people come out and call me a liar. That's what I hate. But no, I didn't get any of this information on Gallifrey Base because I'm not even on Gallifrey Base. Actually, people will tell you that I don't actually discuss Gallifrey Base because I think it's a vile platform. For what I've seen, it's full of trolls. Some of those trolls have even attacked me on here on Twitter and on my YouTube channel. No, you don't need to say sorry, man. You're just, listen, you're entitled to ask a question and you asked it the right way. I'm just telling you, no, I'm not on it. I wouldn't go on it because I think it's vile and it's toxic. I mean, Twitter is vile and toxic, as you know. And I heard this place is worse, mate. And I'm being honest with you, my mental health wouldn't be able for it, to be quite honest. So, yeah. If it was on Gallifrey Base, fair enough. But I didn't know it was on Gallifrey Base. And if it was, well then someone on Gallifrey Base then obviously is well informed as well. But I can definitely tell you that the information was not, because I don't go into forums like that. It's not me thing. People will tell you. I don't even know what the thing looks like. We bring Ballstreck on here. It's an unused word. He doesn't even like bringing the account up. So yeah. And there you go. Someone says they just set up an account and they reject them. Could you imagine if I went under the Tardis zone on my own name? I'd be rejected straight away. Right. Let's bring him on because he's been waiting a while and I don't want to go on too long about this. I just wanted to have a nice, sane conversation about this. So here we go. It's problem being welcome. No intro today. We just get straight into it anyway.
Yes. I've done a little bit of digging on this because a lot of people are saying that the filming that allegedly occurred at Leckwith could have been Holby City or Casualty. Now, Holby City, I've checked, finished filming 4 months ago. Casualty stopped filming because of the COOF. So there's no filming that I'm aware of that's going on. Bearing in mind as well that the studio where they record is, I think it's called Roth Studio or something like that. Yeah. And it's in Cardiff Bay. Now, that is inside the redlined area of the Cardiff County Council, which is under lockdown. So that whole area where the studio is under lockdown. Now, the interesting thing is that Leckwith, the forest just outside of that boundary, which is literally neighbouring that red line, is obviously on the other side of that boundary. Now, under the rules of a lockdown, you're not allowed to travel outside of that boundary. So technically, if you were based in Cardiff Bay and you were filming down the road on the opposite side of that boundary, you are breaking the lockdown barrier rule by traveling outside of it.
So would that include the film crew and basically a cast, is what you're saying? They would be in
anybody,
and then those people that are actually filming would have to be quarantined for 2 weeks.
Yeah, because, look,
well, by 10 days now, I think it's 10 days now, let's be fair. But still, that's quarantining for another 10 days.
Well, I don't know the exact rules, but all I can say is if you look at the map, and I sent you the map, you've got a clear line with a red boundary around it, and you can see right next to it on the bottom left-hand side is Leckwith, which is
get it up now.
Yep.
Which is on the while I've been talking. Thanks, Lee, by the way, for actually doing this, because I did do a little digging myself. As I said, I've checked road maps and stuff, and I've actually checked local notice boards. Nothing indicating any filming, and this is all I've said. This account was just too vague, and the fact that people are taking it as gospel is actually quite shocking, to be honest. You sent them to...
It's in your messenger.
Okay. Lee, oh yeah, sent me 6 photographs. Ooh, very thorough. Right, which one would you like me to start with? Would you like
it's the one that says lockdown map on the top left corner, where it says the map on this page shows the boundary of Cardiff highlighted by a solid red line.
Right, so lockdown map, there it is. Right, so we have it. So this is just give you an indication of how difficult it would be right now. Right, this is all we're trying to prove, right? That's all. So everybody don't lose their crap.
Right, so exactly. So if you look into that map, right, you can see on the bottom left corner there, you've got the little green area there. Well, that's the forest there. It says Leckwith, and you can see just above it, that's the red boundary line there.
Yeah, there
now,
it is.
If you go to where the Cardiff Bay area is.
Yeah,
down a bit. That's where the studio is, around here. Right. So to get to Leckwith, they have to cross the red line. Yeah, they have to cross the red line.
To break the boundary to actually get into. I get what you're saying.
Outside the lockdown area.
Oh, and I think you've got a zoomed-in version of this map there.
Yeah, it just shows you that it's. Where it's situated, which is near Canton, which is inside the red zone as well.
Okay.
But Leckwith is outside of that. So where the A4119 is I think where the boundary line is.
Yeah, A4119. There it is there. Yeah, and there's Cardiff Bay.
Yeah.
Then you've got Cardiff Central. Yeah. So you've got a couple of other. So I'll start with the first one that you sent me, which is this one, and it seems to have a bit of text on it. So maybe you can talk us through. All right. So this is the Cardiff lockdown. So I'll read this and I'll read it slow because normally I won't make mistakes. I promise. So Cardiff has introduced lockdown measures to counter a rise in COVID-19 infections. From 6 p.m. Sunday, the 27th of September, residents and visitors to Cardiff must adhere to the following restrictions.
And this was screenshot from today, just like before we started the stream. So this is current.
Right. You are not allowed to enter or leave the Cardiff County Council boundary area without a reasonable excuse. You are
now, you could argue that filming is a reasonable excuse. I would argue that it's not, because it's still
well, it's not essential. It's not essential. Yeah. So
they have to abide by the rules as everyone else, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So.
You will no longer be able to form or be in an extended household, sometimes called a bubble. This means you are not allowed to be indoors with anyone who is not part of your household, example, people you live with, unless you have a good reason, such as providing care to a vulnerable person. And you must work from home whenever possible. Enforcement action will be taken by the police and for environmental health officials in the event of non-compliance with these measures.
Now, it would be interesting if you contacted the police or the environmental health services in Cardiff. Maybe you could ask them if there is or you could search their database if there is a request to film in that area around that time. Maybe that's possible.
Now, as Lee has put up there, Cardiff local lockdown area. So the restrictions will apply to anywhere that is covered by the Cardiff County Council, including all of these locations here. As he said, the studio also is in that
inside the border,
and they would have to cross that border to basically get in to start filming. Again, I'm not saying that it isn't impossible. All I'm just trying to show you is that there could be
the likelihood is decreased.
Yes.
Somewhat. Yeah.
So now he's given us a whole map of Cardiff there, and you can see the different boundaries. So obviously these are the different county councils that obviously look after Wales. Oh no, this is the Cardiff County Council boundaries. Sorry, I must
yeah, it's not clear on this. This was the
because
map
there's yellow ones there. Yeah, because there's a yellow boundary.
Yeah, I mean it's really hard to say. That's why I put the other one in, which was this is not clear, but the other one which you showed first showed you exactly where the boundary is for the current restrictions. And that's where it's situated, which is near Canton, which is, if you can see, is inside the red zone there.
There you go.
And Leckwith is outside of that, but the studio is inside, where their base is inside there.
So where Lee said there, that's their base there, right at that edge here, the most tippy part, you might as well say, right? And then over here is where they were. So this green area here or this green area here, so I'd say more than likely probably here is where they were filming or supposed to be filming a couple of nights back. And again, as I said, there's been absolutely
it might be worth contacting the Cardiff Council and asking if there is any permission or license to film outside from Rose Studios. I mean, there's a way. There are ways to find these things, because there's obviously going to be a paper trail, so you can. That will be public record, or should be public record.
It will be public record. That's why I can't understand why BBC wouldn't announce it and then just add. But we advise fans to keep away because of the local restrictions.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Or something. Well, it's not filming, and listen, this news is not true, so please stay away. Protect yourselves. BBC listen, I think this was done to force BBC Studios into some sort of announcement, which is fair enough. If that's how far you wanted to go to prove that she's staying, that's fine, but you mightn't like the answers that she's getting. I'm just going to say that there might be a possibility that you don't like the stuff that's said. So this could be a double-edged sword. I think people are playing the numbers and they're hoping that there's an announcement tomorrow.
Yeah.
For your sake,
I'll just say that it's from just doing a sort of cursory Google search that we can see relating to the filming of Holby City and Casualty that 3 days ago, Holby City release date might be November 2020. As a result, Holby City, Casualty, EastEnders as well. Doctors were all. Hold on. Let's have a look.
Right, while Lee is checking that out, I did get a $10 super chat from Alpha Omega. You've done
Yeah,
more.
as Holby City finished their filming 4 months in advance, so it's not Holby City.
Right.
But as for Casualty, it's been halted, so because of the strict lockdown. So,
but Alpha Omega says you've done more journalistic investigation on this than 99% of our media does on anything. Exactly, because
and it takes 5 minutes.
I'm so determined this time, because I'll tell you why. I do think it is irresponsible. This is not, as I said, trying to prove someone right or wrong. This account is claiming that Doctor Who was filming when there's clearly no evidence to suggest otherwise. And if you look at all the stuff that we've put there as well, listen, we're being open-minded about as well. We're just trying to show you, because it is being reported on the other side that filming has gone ahead. So there should be that voice out there.
It just seems crazy to me that people like Screen Rant, who is supposed to be like a big tier information site, have not even done such cursory investigation in this. Like I did this in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. It's all it took. And it just seems absolutely inconceivable to me that they would run with something so flimsy as a single Twitter account, which was up for a year, had posted no tweets at all until September this year. Nothing Who related, nothing much related to anything. Has like barely any followers. What's the point? I mean, it just seems. And then they not only hide their account, but then take it down completely. Yeah, seems like a sock puppet, if you ask me, or someone just having a laugh.
We've done a little bit in 5-10 minutes or whatever it was. We were off air on the last stream. I was at it all night checking local notice boards, and you know what? I could screenshot everything and throw it up. There's still going to be people out there that are going to deny us. So, I mean, look at, there's no evidence. Nobody has provided any evidence. And remember, we all know what all the old photographs look like, because there was plenty over the last 2 seasons. So if you try to use an older photograph that's not well known and try to make that out that's filming, don't even try that either, because, I've invested a lot of time in this era. So I know all the photographs that are in there, even villains that didn't appear in seasons, those photographs are valid. So don't try pull a fast one there either, because I'll be watching. These people think, look, step ahead is waiting. As I said, common sense has to prevail here. I'm actually Scream Rant. Why am I not surprised that they would go with something like this anyway, when all they do is bash classic Who? And I think futurism, that place that they picked up that tweet. They actually show that tweet only, which is ridiculous, and base a whole article on that tweet. They've done absolute. Listen, what's annoyed me about this whole situation is not one person, except for me, you, and a couple of others, have actually looked into this and done some sort of digging. And we find no evidence to back it up. And none of these journalist sites had the decency to do that before they put out an article that I would have to say is irresponsible at best. This is why I actually did text BBC Studios this morning and I said, listen, either way, if it's filming or not filming, you guys need to come out with some sort of announcement. If it's filming, you need to tell fans to stay away. Right? If it's not filming, you need to let fans know also, because there's an account out there saying that it is filming, and I think it's highly irresponsible. Right?
And as for War of the Worlds filming, I think because they already were observing particular distancing rules, I think they were I think they're based. I think they're based in Bristol. So I think that's different different rules, and I don't think they're filming anywhere near Cardiff Bay. So I think that they are probably not affected the same way as Doctor Who, which is based inside Cardiff Bay.
There's a Comic-Con tomorrow, so if we're lucky, we may find out something. I don't really care. I don't actually really care. What's annoyed me is there's certain people out there gloating, having a go at people and telling people that their sources are fake, right? When all we've tried to do is show that
it's slanderous. I mean, all the things you're accused of.
All I've done is show that this account might not be legit, and it's rubbed a certain person up the wrong way, who you all know I'm talking about.
All the things, all the things that you're accused of, anyone could easily say exactly the same thing back to him. And that's the thing he doesn't seem to understand. What he's accusing you of is so easy to say the same to him. I mean, it seems inconceivable to me that we have to resort to slander in order to muddy up the opponent in this case. For what exactly? I mean, how does this serve anybody?
People think I'm doing this for some sort of notoriety as well, which I'm not. I'm just putting news out there as I get it. This is not about ego.
Yeah, I don't see you actually going around. I don't actually see you going around on Twitter. I mean, I'm not, accessible to Twitter particularly, but I don't see you going around crowing that you are the one who made this happen. You are the king of the Doctor Who news information at all. And it does seem to me a bit in your face, suck it up. It's like on the heels of what was supposed to be an apology, and then turning that apology into this the next day or 2 days after. It just I can't relate to that mindset where someone can just go from being apologetic and humble pie to then becoming an egocentric crazy person I'm seeing now. I'm sorry, that is not okay. Now, by all means, you can disagree on whose source is right and whose source is wrong, but there are certain ways of going about it, and this is not the way to go about it. It's very ungentlemanly-like. It's totally unnecessary. Listen, we'll find out soon enough. All Noel has said is wait until the information is official, and that everything, even if you know for 100% that your source is 100% correct, you should never say it is fact until absolutely announced. You should always preface it with saying this is a rumor, even if you know 100% that your source is 100% correct. Don't say you are right and everyone else is lying. It makes you look bad. Okay, it really does. All Noel has done, and he has been right by saying this every single time, that it's rumor. And that's perfectly acceptable. It's not acceptable to say you are correct, it's 100% true, everyone else is a liar. It just really doesn't make you. It's bad optics, mate.
Yeah.
Just knock it off, because you look silly.
Do you know what he was hoping for? This is what he was hoping for. He was hoping for me to come on tonight, do a stream where I completely lose the plot. Then no, but that's what he wanted me to do.
I know it's so obvious.
Did a video and say, "Well, look at him; he's unhinged. He'll do anything." No, I'm not.
Well, we'll find out tomorrow. Listen, if they say yes, we're filming
tomorrow. Even if they say anything tomorrow, we don't even know if they're going to say anything tomorrow as well. So
yeah, well, listen, I was just going to say, look, if they say anything tomorrow about the filming schedule and confirm it one way or the other, fine, all good. We'll all walk away knowing something, and that's all we can hope for. And Noel's always said this is rumor, but he's never said this is a fact. So either way, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if one source is right or the other source is wrong. Exactly. That's the way it is. Listen,
and if they say nothing, apology for
forget it.
Because nobody will be giving you an apology.
But listen, if tomorrow they say
you won't be getting one, the way you've behaved, you've been disgraceful.
If tomorrow they say nothing at all on the filming schedule, I think that says a lot more than you let on. I think if they say nothing about filming schedules whatsoever, I think we can guarantee at that point that there is no filming going on. But we'll find out tomorrow, one way or the other. If they don't mention it, it's not happening. If they do mention it and they say, yes, we've been doing it, solid. At least everyone knows where they stand.
Great, and I'll be delighted. You know why? Because there will be a serious 13. It will. This era then will be moving forward.
Be over quicker.
And then hopefully it ends. That's all I want. Listen, I don't care. I want this nightmare to be over as quick as possible. Do you think I want this delay? No, I don't. I'm like the rest of us. I want this to film so bad so we can get rid of the two of them.
Or for me personally, I hope that it doesn't get filmed, so that she ends up contractually going, you know what, I've got other shit to do, I'm out of here. That would suit me just as much, if not better.
Yeah,
there'd be less damage done.
I know that way myself. Her actually take the initiative.
Yeah, I really hope she does.
But we'll see. We'll see. Tomorrow is either going to be
D-Day, Doctor Who
Day for everybody that's coming out the same film and has begun, or it's just got to be
so flimsy now.
Just like what we expect it to be. Just remember though, it's a look back of her 2 eras so far, which people have questioned. Actually, one of the people that first brought it up was actually on this channel, and she's actually a guest. I'm going to bring her on now. But if I remember correctly, it was Charlotte that was saying that, you know, when the thing that interested her was the whole retrospective look back, right? And
there's nothing to look forward to, is there?
Well, they do. They have the festive special. They could have spoke a little bit about that, and then
but for us, there's nothing.
That's that's what would normally happen. They wouldn't have spoilers, but we'd get a little snippet of something that he was planning, or something that the Doctor was going to be involved in, or to give little hints, say, yeah, well, check out Series 13 because there's some whopper juicy ones there, But there seems to be nothing. But Charlotte was the one that brought it. But I do want to get Charlotte's opinion on all of this.
Yes.
Rumour business and see what her take is on it. So we've heard my take, Lee's take. Let's hear what Charlotte has to say on it.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the Tardis Zone Talks. It's a slightly different format, but it seems to be going well. What would you
it does.
Daniel says, all hail my co-host Charlotte. I thought she was. I'm getting confused now.
Your producer.
I've got multiple hats.
Is she your
co-host? Is better than what was it? Sidekick.
Sorry, I've got multiple hats. No, that's what it is.
So you're a multitasker. Oh,
yeah,
well,
multitasker.
There you go. So you've got your co-host and your producer. Well, Charlotte, I might as well let you give your 2 cents on all of this nonsense that's going on. To be quite honest with you, I think it is all nonsense. But what is your opinion on it?
As soon as I heard, it's some rando Twitter account, I was like, okay, I'll see what happens. Because, like you said, the press office, that's their port of call, that's their structure, that's how they've always done announcements. So it's a bit weird it's some rando account. And then when I heard, it's locked itself, I was like, so they don't want people asking any more questions. They don't want to actually have a conversation about what they've reportedly seen.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, good take.
And then
nobody actually copped on to the fact that this is the only account. So you mean to tell me that there's only one person living in what was it, Lecwick area? You mean to tell me there's just one person walking by? Get away! There's just so many holes in this.
Yeah, but the thing that I said, it was.
And everyone's got a camera phone, right? Everyone's got a camera phone.
Yeah.
If you're walking past a film set, you think it's not to, you will be taking pictures.
Unless the people in Lecwick, and no offense if there's any people out there, but unless they're all poor and they can't afford mobile phones.
No, but like you said, it was the fact that it was one account. They didn't have any photos. It was very. Even the description when I heard, it's 2 people shouting in a forest near a car, I was like, that's really random and doesn't sound like a Doctor Who scene at all to me. Like, it's not like, oh, she's by herself in the forest, which
And
that would
wearing a
make
different
sense.
costume as well. That, you know,
Yeah,
that would be. I mean, surely the BBC would cover their ass if they suspected filming in public, like they always do. If they film in public, they are very consciously aware, and they'll often rather spoil the episode than
well, if
allow this to leak. So I mean, it seems inconceivable. Like if she's got a new costume, that they wouldn't announce that sooner to say,
well,
hey.
Lee, do you remember, just to go off what you were saying, they let people video the Daleks. We all said,
Yeah.
do you remember that footage on the bridge?
Yeah.
And we were like, how come they've let people just walk past and film Daleks being like blown up?
Well, they were really after that. I mean, apparently Chibnall was furious that had
Yeah,
leaked.
because
I
that
mean, I
gave
don't
away
know how
a
you
massive
can
bit of
not
the
leak
special.
it. Yeah, I don't know how you can. I don't know how you can sort of block people from seeing
I
that.
know how that happened. The security guards apparently were Doctor Who fans and they weren't vetted properly. So
they let that happen.
That does happen. That I can get. Listen, I've done a lot of film extra work over the years, and I know for a fact a lot of the leaks, a lot of film extras get blamed for leaks on set. 90% of the time, it's not the extras; it's people who actually work in security and production who actually leak the stuff, and we get the blame.
Yeah,
It's not us.
And to do with this panel, I'll what you brought up, and I've said it in the chat, and I think David Blythe said it also in the comments, so it wasn't just me. We both said it's a retrospective. Why are you doing a retrospective? You've got, obviously, there'll be some gap between when you can start filming. We all said that.
Yeah.
We all said there's going to be a gap of some description. But both me and David both sort of said it doesn't show strength. It doesn't show confidence if you're doing a retrospective to me. If you were fully confident that, yes, we're going forward, she's going to be in series 13 and she's not going anywhere and everything's brilliant, would you not maybe word it as...
Yeah, you'd be looking...
Would you not maybe word it a bit like, oh, we'll look back and maybe to the future?
It does seem really strange.
And they don't do that.
Rhetoric.
They don't actually do that. And this is why we speculated, and it was only speculation. And if I remember correctly, you guys were on the panel as well. So you were here. We speculated that, well, if that, you know, all of these things, we put all the little snippets of information together, and we come up with our own little theories that, well, maybe she could regenerate during the festive special. Maybe she could live before Series 13 films, or if she is in Series 13, she could regenerate, you know, because we've seen the John Martin stuff. So we've been speculating on a lot of stuff. Of course, there's some people out there that are saying that we've been saying it's fact. Now, there might be a couple of people on Twitter that have come out and said this is fact to wind up the J-bots, right? But don't tar us all with the same brush, because if you actually watched my videos, watched my streams, I've always said, what have I said, Lee? Go ahead. It's common knowledge now. Everybody knows the exact words. What do I say?
It's rumour.
Very much.
Oh, and also, and you've pointed this out, we wouldn't have this much rumour, this much speculation if the era was going strong.
Exactly.
If the era was going amazing in ratings, everybody was loving it, we had consistent series every year. I honestly think the fact that it's very stop-start we've had for the series 11 and 12 is what's bred some of this rumour. Because we've had those gaps, which we're not used to having.
It seems crazy to me. They've got this special in the can. It's filmed. It's produced. It's done. For all we know, okay. It's all they've got for certain, right? Concrete. It's there. We know it's there. It's all done. It's ready to go. It's ball in the bag. Cat sick. It's done. Now, that's all you've got. That's all we know we're going to get at this moment, because everything is so uncertain and up in the air. Why the hell are they so lackadaisical about producing a single trailer?
Well, that's the rumour we're going to get. We're going to get a trailer. Apparently, is the rumour tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Well, tomorrow. Yeah, I can see. But I mean, it's taken till now, right? I mean, they've been sitting on their hands all this time. It just doesn't seem like they're stepping things up very much. I mean, okay, they've got this thing tomorrow.
There just doesn't seem to be enough urgency if they're geared enough for filming, in my opinion. And that's the way I'm going to put it. There doesn't seem to be enough urgency or enough movement for me to justify that filming has started. Yet again, they could announce tomorrow that they're going to start filming soon. But again, I would say to that person, you've actually claimed that filming has already begun. So I'll be interested to see if that does happen, that they say, yes, they are filming.
I don't think it's going to be announced tomorrow, mate. I really like this screams to
Probably
me.
won't even mention it. Probably won't even mention it.
It's a pre-record.
Is it
not even live?
Everybody's not sure. Is it definitely a pre-record? Has anybody actually found any evidence to back this up that this is a pre-record?
Well, on
but I've never seen any evidence.
On the Twitter accounts, they've got images of Whittaker with headphones on. So it can't be live. There's an image of her sat in a room with headphones.
He's muted himself, so I'm assuming he's probably gone and having a quick look.
Look on BBC America, Lee. I'm sure they basically said, coming tomorrow promoting it, and it was a picture of Whittaker with headphones on, sat in a room. So that, to me, says pre-record. If it's live, they wouldn't have that image.
Well, just to play devil's advocate, because as I said, I'm being fair here, but it could be they could have used an old photograph of a podcast that she was actually on.
Well, yeah, we'll have to see. But like I said, for me, that makes me think there's a. Okay,
I've just checked Radio Times, and good old Hugh full of crap.
Oh, full of crap.
He's saying it's hosted by moderator Melanie McFarland.
Yeah.
The panel will apparently shine a new spotlight on Doctor Who as the pair look back at their epic past 2 seasons in the Tardis, which have been packed with shocking twists, turns, and surprises. Again, as we said, look back at their epic past 2 seasons. And it says, which will be packed, and the whole thing is set to stream live online on Thursday, the 8th of October. So,
but they're streaming it live doesn't mean that it's actually going to be live.
I get what you're saying, but I've put in pre-recorded within the search, and it doesn't throw up any results with that. So
look on the Twitter, Lee. I'm just saying this because I know you're not on it. No, can you look on BBC America Twitter? I'm sure that's why I saw this picture.
Right. So BBC.
Maybe Emma can help us in the chat. She's brilliant for this sort of stuff.
Okay, right, looking at Doctor Who news.
As you know, you're probably asking the wrong person here, but I'll give it a go. BBC America, and I'll write in Jodie Whittaker podcast. Jodie Whittaker. Comic-Con, put in Comic-Con. Yeah. That'll be better.
It could be live. But from the hints I've seen, it looks like a pre-record, so we'll see.
Right, BBC America, blah, 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 official, Top Gear, blah, 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 nobody gives a feck. Bradley Walsh, confirmed, that's Columbia. Unofficial Jodie Whittaker fan site. Let's see. That's just a normal picture.
If I got this wrong, I'm sorry, but
okay, hold on. Let's see. This year's New York Comic Con, blah blah blah. The 2020 panels featured blah 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 animated Doctor Who that have already been revealed. This year's schedule will offer fans the ability to engage in virtual Q&As, as well as communicate with other fans through live chat. So they're going to have live chat on.
Oh, really?
Insight into the new shows, blah, blah, blah. Let's have a look. Doctor Who actors Jodie Whittaker and Mandy Gill will engage in a discussion about the past 2 seasons of the show. That's what it says about that. but it says that live chat will be open. So there you go. We'll wait and see. Let's have a look at Variety.
Well, if it's live, even better, to be quite honest with you. You know, so we can see what the situation is.
Mhm.
You know, I'd rather it be live than a pre-record because that'll give the others a kind of a safety net, to be quite honest with you. So I'd rather it be live so we can knock all this bullshit on the head.
Yeah.
I don't see them having the live chat for who. I could be wrong. We'll see.
If so, it'll be heavily moderated.
They'll open it, but it'll be moderated.
It'll be moderated to hell.
They won't. You'll be able to make a comment. Not the way you make a comment, and sometimes it doesn't go up on YouTube. That's what they'll do. They will have people working on that channel, making sure that no bad comments go through. None. They can't have anybody say anything bad. Make them look bad.
Yeah.
Okay, Emma is thinking I'm right, so maybe I have seen some. I don't know.
Let's have a look here.
Okay, it doesn't matter, right? At the end of the day, this is the story. Tomorrow, we'll either get information or we won't, right?
Yeah.
And then I will say this though: if they don't come out and announce something, I think it BBC really need to check themselves, because how are you supposed to keep a fandom interested if you're not going to give any breadcrumbs? So I do think it is about time that BBC start coming out and spewing their mouth about this show, because they did the same between Series 11 and 12. It's ridiculous the long gaps. I mean, Chibnall, I'll have to be honest with you. This guy is trying to sabotage himself so much, it's unbelievable. He's sabotaging himself, like.
I think if the live chat is open, everyone should go on there and just put hashtag RIP Doctor.
No, that's not, because then that's just going to make everybody look bad, mate.
I'm being naughty.
Why am I not surprised? No, but do you know what? I think the most they could announce is possibly, because we don't know when this special is going to land yet. So the little information they could give out tomorrow is if it's a Christmas Day or if it's New Year's. Because we don't know when this special lands yet. I think we forgot this. We're all saying, oh, it's special, but we don't even know when it's going to be put on telly.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll find out tomorrow, I assume. I mean, this is the vacuum that all of this strife. I mean, this is another indictment of Chibnall, really. Like, at least with Moffat, we had lots to go on. I mean, he was engaging with people. He was trolling a lot. He was saying, "Well, I lie," and stuff like that. I mean, it was kind of annoying, but it was fun as well. Okay. Chibnall has given us absolutely nothing. So nature abhors a vacuum, and this is a vacuum. And this is, not only did he leave us on that timeless child revelation, which divided the fandom more than it's ever bloody been, it's caused no end of upset within the fandom. It's raised the stakes. It's all in the midst of a defund the BBC campaign as well, so that's even more heightened. All the crazy people on Twitter and all the crazy events that are going on in the world, the coof, all of this ties in together into one Gordian knot of fuckery. And he could have done so much to alleviate a lot of this stress within the fandom, and he has sat on his hands. Secretly, I think he's absolutely enjoying it. He loves it. I think he always intended this to be the case. I think he really, really did. From what Mega Geek said, he knew someone who knew him when it was 19, and that he had this in his mind then, and that he was a bit of a strange one then, and that he and someone who knows him, like not him, but someone who knows Chibnall, is someone who enjoys the controversy. Now, it just seems to me that it's been left so long with all of that pain and anguish that had been going on for months since the end of that story, and we've been left hanging in the air with nothing to go on, nothing at all, not a spec,
and
nothing.
Mate, this special, it's not even going to touch this timeless children stuff. So it's not even like when it comes back, we're going to get anything.
I don't know. I don't know. We can't, because he filmed that without all the controversy around it, because it was before the information. So we don't know. I mean, he may have
there might be a
touched on
stinger at the end. Like I said, I think they're heavily focusing on the Daleks with this, so I'd be surprised.
Well, I don't know, because if you think about it, I mean, she's just had this revelation. I mean, we know he's a shit writer, so there's no consistency. So who knows really what he's going to do or not do, because the guy has absolutely no running thread through any of his stories. I mean, he can pick up a thread and drop it whenever he feels the need to move forward. You know,
yeah, he can't do long form development to save his life.
Exactly.
He has no character development. He has no story development. Look at his previous episodes before he became showrunner. A lot of smoke and mirrors and countdowns to move a plot along. That's Chibnall.
It's everything is contrived, and it's everything. Every character that he places in these stories, inverted commas, are plot devices. The lone Cyberman was a plot device. Having Captain Jack there was a plot device. A pointless one, because everything his entire character was put in there last minute to do, she ignored anyway. I mean, it was just like, what's the point? What is the point?
Yeah, and
just setting him up to come back in series 13. I'd rather not even had that, you know.
Well, here's my thing with Jack.
Stupid.
Like, I understand why Jack could be ahead, because that's another rumor that Noel's talked about, that he could possibly be a part-time, be in a bit of series 13 Jack, and I can see them doing that for literally just nostalgia bait again, just to get a character people like. Here's my response to that. If I'm trying to like look at it without the fan sort of goggles, what story has Jack got left to tell?
Well,
like, what can you do with Jack now?
He's got to become the face of Bo at some point.
Well, I don't want to under Chris Chibnall, but the story that he could tell is the story that we all know that should be told, is how Jack becomes the face of Bo.
Yeah. But that's supposed to be something that happens over a long time.
If he was to do that, Charlotte, I mean, he's done everything else, but if he was to do that, we know it's not going to be done properly. So
no, of course not.
But you ask what else he could do with Jack, that's exactly what he could do with Jack.
Right a sec. Sorry, Thinking's just said, Charlotte Shields, hiya, you were right. There are trailers on BBC America for all 3 panelists pre-recorded. Is that on the YouTube channel, Thinking?
Yeah, let us know, Thinking. Let me have
Sorry.
a look.
But yeah, no, but it's just like you said, we don't want to know about that stuff. But that seems to be Chibnall's MO. He seems to think to create any interest.
No, hang on now. I have to be honest. When it comes to Captain Jack, I wouldn't mind actually seeing that, because we did get a bit of an origins story in Torchwood as well, and Jack is an interesting character. I wouldn't mind if they showed how he became face of Bo, to be quite honest with you. That's one thing I don't have a problem with. He's not the central character, which is the Doctor. You know, and there goes the bangers. And when it's okay, buddy. And when you fundamentally change that, then, she's saying Twitter, don't Twitter.
Yeah, that's where I thought I saw like images that made me think pre-record.
Well, there's nothing on YouTube, so I can't speak to that.
So I'm guessing that's BBC America's Twitter, but
yeah, they're the ones that are plugging this, because the thing about it is the first part of this Comic-Con, which is the one we're watching with Jodie Whittaker, Manip, and Bradley, is sponsored by BBC America. So
yes, they'll be the one
in conjunction with HBO Max or something. So this is a whole thing with them. So there would be trailers for that. I think the best place you probably, if you go on to HBO Max Twitter account, because they're the ones, along with BBC America, that are plugging this. They're trying to get people to subscribe to HBO Max now. This is why this Comic-Con panel, I actually think, is happening, because let's think about it logically again for a second. Up until this panel was announced, there was no movement whatsoever. Nothing. There wasn't even talk of a Doctor Who Comic-Con. Even though we knew New York Comic-Con was coming up, nobody was even mentioning Doctor Who. Then bang, all of a sudden we get this. I'm telling you, it's because of the HBO Max. They have to get her in, because she is the incumbent Doctor. They obviously can't get the others, because they probably have real jobs.
Well, they've already done it with the others, haven't they? With HBO,
Yeah.
that other panel.
Yeah, I can't find anything on YouTube, so I don't know. Maybe you'll have better luck on Twitter. I don't know if either of you can check that.
Yeah, I'm not on Twitter, and I'd sort of glance at it now and again.
They're rubbish at that crap.
Oh, it doesn't matter. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
Well, maybe Chris Persia, if he's still in the chat.
I'm going to tell you now, nothing's going to happen tomorrow.
Or Daniel, someone who's got a Twitter account and a wrench.
They'll talk, blab on for a bit of how much they loved working on Doctor Who. We'll get the trailer and that's it.
That's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah.
But in fairness, I would rather them come out and say, no, filming hasn't begun, or yes, filming is beginning soon, or has begun, so we can actually then, in the fandom at least, move on from this rubbish.
Well, if there's live chat open on this, as they claim on these sites and Hugh full of crap, so in Radio Times, I mean, surely one of the questions that is going to be asked the most in that chat is, when are you starting filming, or have you started filming? That's definitely going to come up. It has to. If the chat is open and if they are responding to any of the chat, that will come up.
That will. That is going to be
Undoubtedly.
that and the timeless children is going to be the thing that's going to be questioned.
Yeah, here's the thing. Do you think they'll talk about the timeless children? Because it is a retrospective, so it should
They
come
have
up
to,
technically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, they'll just wax lyrical about.
No, but
yes, it was wonderful.
It'll be interesting to see how they break it down and how they see the timeless children,
or how Jodie responds to it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going to be interested in if they bring it up.
Because I want to see if she actually has a clue what Chris Chibnall is trying to do. Because we as fans don't know what he's trying. Well, we do. He's trying to retcon, but we don't know how far he's going to go. Be interested to see, does she know what he's trying to do? Because, you know, anytime I hear her talking Doctor Who, again, it's always harks back to little girls and all. She never really talks about the show. She just talks about
and I think Emma in the chat a while ago made a good point. This Chibnall should be out now. Chibnall should be the one trying to talk, trying to reassure. It shouldn't be the cast.
Yeah, why isn't he on the Comic-Con panel? He should be on the panel.
She's above Emma. He put out a statement, right? Do you remember when all the fans were giving out about, say, the cancer scene? And then they were giving out about other scenes, and BBC started getting complaints. Him and Matt Stevens came out. Christian not come out in an article and said it's not a democracy, right? Matt Stevens backed them up and says as long as they're writing the show, they'll write it how they want and when they want, and we don't have a say, right? That's the problem. He won't come out because he has such a big ego. He doesn't care what we say. Sure, he took little digs at us in the show itself to prove that he doesn't give a flying crap. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, but he should be the one taking all this. It shouldn't be the cast. And I do think that's what I don't understand when it comes.
Charlotte, he's letting them take the fall from, and I told him already that he's going to use if his job is on the line, but he has a chance to save his job, and that means getting rid of Jodie Whittaker. Make no mistake about it.
He'll do it in a heartbeat.
He will get rid of Jodie Whittaker.
He should be on that panel. He should be on that panel. He should be doing what Moffat and RTD did. I can't even say RTD did. You try saying that. And 17 tequila slammers, which I haven't. But yeah, I mean, he should be there.
Where is Chris Chibnall? Why hasn't anybody actually brought that up before now? That's a great point.
Yeah, I thought I was going to bring it up. That's why I wanted to
Where
say
is
it.
Chris Chibnall? So where are you, Chibbies? Where are you hiding? Afghanistan? Where are you hiding? Come on, get out of your cave.
He doesn't like people, clearly.
You've got some questions to answer. Yeah? Don't be sending your actors and actresses out to take the brunt of the fandom, right? Because you messed up. Where are you? Thought you were a man. Come out and face the fans and have the decency to actually respond back to fans who are clearly worried about the show. Didn't you back in the 80s have your say? It was a democracy back then. You got to have your say, and you actually obliterated those two poor people.
Oh, Chris Persia's he's just gone and done a check on Twitter to check the Doctor Who BBC America, see if there's any trailers, and he says this is how important Doctor Who at the NYCC is. They've pinned their Bear documentary.
Oh wow! I'm telling you, I think we need to sort of temper expectations a bit. I really do.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Fabulous. I mean, you couldn't write it. I mean, Chibnall certainly couldn't write it because it's funny.
It's funny, but it's also sad. It's also sad.
It is tragic.
Because it shows the demise. And it's there for everybody to see, and I wish all of these Jodie Whittaker fans would actually look at the problems of the show and look at who the culprit is, and it's actually Chris Chibnall. The way to protect Jodie Whittaker was to go after Chibnall and tell him that he's not doing the female doctor justice. Well, I used to have him.
Yeah, because that's really got me. No, but it's like I said.
Oh my god, that is so.
That is quite hilarious.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
It's
a Bear documentary.
Actually, do me a favour, Chris. So we can show everybody.
Screen grab it, please.
And send it to me. And
we all need a laugh.
That's perfect.
We all need a bit of a giggle.
We've got a £5 super chat from Garbage. Oh, thanks, Garbage. He says, "Do we know what time the UK time? We do. It's
6:45, isn't it?
5:40. 20 to 6, I think. Yeah.
6:40. Someone says.
We'll be on.
We'll be on anyway. Don't worry.
Look out for the link on my channel, right? Because we will be on. We'll be doing it live. So it's 5:40, I think. Yeah.
I'll just check it. Hold on.
Yeah, but with the thing with Chibnall, I've sort of said this before, and I think the fact that he's not shown his face since that finale, I think he that shows he does not have the courage and the actual backbone to face up to what he's doing to this show.
No, he won't.
Because any other showrunner, after that much division, after that much tearing stuff apart and just leaving it, they would have come out and said something. Chris, he's disappeared. He should be on this Comic-Con because he should be able to say, wait, I've got a plan, guys. It's going to work out. Because some people are thinking this is all going to be a trick, and that he's going to turn around next series and say, "Oh, I tricked you." And it's like, mate, you're
he tricked us.
You're the core of all the problems right now. You are the core. You're the one that is causing this show to die, because it is. So you need to face that, and you need to show the fans that if you're so confident, if you think your writing is the bestest ever and who's never been strong.
Okay,
back it up. Do you know what? I give out about that account out there that's kind of giving me a bit of stick. But one thing I will say about them, if they believe that they're right about something, right? Or they think that, you know what I mean, and it's genuine, they'll back themselves. Where's Chris Chibnall backing himself up? If he's so confident about what he's writing, why isn't he coming out and defending it? Why isn't he coming out and saying, listen, as you said, listen, guys, I do have a plan. Don't jump the gun yet. Please trust me. Give even some reassurance to the fandom. But no, he won't do any of that. He sends out poor Jodie Whittaker, who does face, let's be honest, the brunt of the stuff. Now, she doesn't help herself, let's be honest, with some of the statements, but decision. Yeah,
Can
go
I
ahead.
just add? Yeah, it starts at 6:40 tomorrow, and I've just looked on there. So I'm actually on the New York Comic Con YouTube now, and the live chat is already open. So there's people already leaving messages on there saying how excited they are.
Right, do me a favor, as you're a moderator on this channel, as you know, I would like to put the link in the chat there. Guys, go and leave a question. And you know what kind of question? Ask a hard question.
Keep it polite, folks.
Yeah, but make sure exactly though. Make sure it's not anything that will get
nothing provocative.
Exactly. Just ask the question. So if, you know, ask about. Actually, should keep asking about filming. Everybody should ask because that's all they'll see in the chat, and they'll say, "Oh, geez, they're all asking about film," because you know they'll probably, "Are we supposed to mention filming?" That'll be interesting.
Yeah, and isn't it funny how like the one comment on there that says R.I.P. Doctor Who is right at the bottom? Isn't that interesting? How they all the negative comments always go to the bottom.
Yeah, because they don't want people to see the truth, and the truth of the matter is this.
And then look at the answers. Look at the answers to this. R.I.P. the YouTubers. Fragile male ego.
Oh, hello.
Emma's left a message on there.
No, hello. That the more I see that, the more I want to hit something, because there are plenty of female fans. There are plenty of female fans. It just happens to be.
That's sexist against you.
Yeah, but no, it just happens to be that a lot of the voices on YouTube and online are male. That just is the way it's fallen with Who. So because that's the way, there's this assumption that it's all you poor little males. Oh, you poor little males. And I'm sorry.
Right, Chris sent me
there's plenty of females in this fandom right now who see through this, who see that you did this for a token, who see you are not writing Jodie like a female doctor. You are not giving her any moments that can be definitive of hers. Because this is what actually I feel sorry to do with her, is that her era is not going to be remembered for her.
Yeah.
It's going to be remembered for the retcon of the Timeless Children.
Yeah, which is unfair.
Which is unfair to her. It is.
It is unfair. And I'll have to say that it is. Look, I said this, I've been saying this now the past few months. I don't necessarily agree with a female doctor, right? I do have my views on that. But they went with it, okay? Do I accept it? No, I still kind of don't accept it. I never will. But if you were if Jodie Whittaker was the right choice, fine. And if Chris Chibnall sincerely thought she was the right choice, I would say fine. If he's right and could back it up.
Well, so far there's only 207 likes. I mean, one day to go, and 53 comments, or the majority of which are.
Oh, wait a sec. Chris
no, they're watching this stream now because there's 60 people watching me now. So don't be worrying, because of this little plug now, it will actually go up in the comments. See, that's what I really actually do. If you just want to give me credit for art and bots, it's the fact that I keep this show alive along with all the other YouTubers that constantly talk about Doctor Who. If we weren't talking about Doctor Who, YouTube would be dead. Because even the ones that are pro Jodie are clever enough not to do Doctor Who videos. So look at their channels. They're doing other things on their channels. They're not doing Doctor Who stuff.
Disaster Areas left his comment already. I mean, in the chat. I'd leave it in the comment section rather than the chat, because that will just rapidly disappear. So leave it in the comments. Disaster Area. If you put it in the comments rather than in the chat, because the chat, the more people go in there, the more likely it is to get sort of. I mean, I don't think it's going to get flooded, to be honest. I'd be surprised. We'll see.
So they didn't even pin this Comic-Con tweet. Oh my god!
And you know, when I put in Doctor Who New York Comic Con, I had to put that in. Plus, I had to filter which month it was, because it wasn't the first thing that popped up. It came really, really low down. I had to find it.
Well, we've all been saying
to do a video on that, showing how hard it was. You know, to show them that, because that's another way of proving that it's not popular. Because if this show was popular, right? As soon as you put that in, Lee, you are absolutely correct. That should be the top fucking search, and
I would have thought so.
be on the day that it's supposed to be on.
Yeah, but when I put in Doctor Who New York Comic Con, the first thing that came up was Peter Capaldi.
Oh, really? What the Suicide Squad?
I love it. The Doctor that they give the most stick to comes up before their precious.
Yeah, just type in Doctor Who New York Comic Con, and the first one you get is 2016 Doctor Who full panel with Peter Capaldi, and it comes above the one which is the New York Comic Con 2018 with Whittaker and Chibnall.
Oh God!
So there you are. Interesting.
We don't need to say.
And it's interesting as well that the new Doctor Who full panel for New York Comic Con 2016 with Peter Capaldi had 56,000 views. And the New York Comic Con 2018 with Jodie Whittaker and Chibnall had 25,000 views. Isn't that interesting? Less than half.
Yeah, I tell you what, another thing that we should all keep notice on is how many views this panel stacks up. Because you know how with the Star Trek panels, they died with views.
Yeah, actually, someone should keep an eye on that live as well while we're streaming. That's a good idea.
Yeah, we'll assign someone on the day to take screenshots.
And also keep an eye like a day or two afterwards.
Right, I see I've got another super chat. Dave, I'll get to your super chat in a minute, fella. I'm just trying to get, you know me for technology, mate. I'm all over the shop here trying to check and share this.
I just have to say as well that I received a book from Rabbi from the Time Lord Victorious, the death.
That is hilarious.
I've got the book. I've got the book, and apparently I'm supposed to read chapters from it and add some sound effects and stuff. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the chat. I'll more than happily oblige and do that if that's what you want.
So there's that.
I'm laughing at that pinned tweet.
Oh my God. That's
so
hilarious.
There it is in question. And David with very super chat says, just read the second issue of Time Lord Victoria's comic. Jodie's doctor is a part of the event after all. She shows up to save Tennant's doctor.
Oh, fuck off.
What a surprise.
Fuck off.
Because all women are super raised now.
Yeah. It's feminist supremacist. That's what I keep saying, you know. It's femme creme supreme, the white female feminist supremacist.
Well, good luck making any more money out of that Time Lord Victoria's thing, considering you've involved her that much.
Yeah, saving the 10th Doctor, really.
Yeah,
when all she does is get people
saving
killed.
10.
It's really ridiculous.
I just don't know. I just don't know anymore. I mean, look, they do everything.
Time Lord disastrous.
But they write her so much to dislike her. She's not a likable character. I'm sorry, this doctor is not likable.
No,
she's
get me head around, because the doctor is always, yes, they've had their different traits, but the doctor has always been a likable character and warm. You can feel the warmth of this character sometimes. You can't feel it off Whittaker's.
It's just so transparent, you know. It has to be that she saves him. I mean, this is such a trope now. I mean, it's like, look, I understand. Like, historically, this has always been the way, and women have always sort of complained that they've been sort of, and all that kind of. I get that. This kind of overcorrection is so. I mean, it's not really realistic. Let's be honest. I mean, okay, you get female firefighters who, you know, have to rescue men out of burning buildings and stuff. I get that. But really, when it comes to risk taking, men are more likely to do that, or more likely to risk their lives in those kind of terms. Unless it's a child or something like that, a woman is probably more likely to have that instinct, I guess. I don't know. I mean,
no, but that's the problem. They don't write it to be believable.
No, they write it as a fuck
they
you
write
to the
it
patriarch.
as a blatant, oh, look, it's a woman doing it.
Right? Yeah, it's just patronising.
Remember, guys, we did the the lockdown tweet along where Jodie's doctor saves the balloon girl out of the family.
Oh, and she has to go at 10, yes.
Yeah, gives him a dressing down. How dare you, patriarchy?
This is what I don't understand, right? Out of all the doctors as well, they seem to be targeting right now. Why 10 when you blatantly
Because he's the most
using him-
successful. He's the most successful doctor out of all of them. I mean, like in the modern Who sense, probably
Yeah.
But that's
in
my
popularity
point. They're
sense, it's
using
up there
him
with
to
Babe.
make money.
They have
He's been the
yeah,
face
they
the
use him to
time of
make money.
Victorious.
But they have to tear him down first. That's the thing. Because that's how it is. That's how everything is.
Kind of subscribes to all of this crap. So, like,
Shame on them, frankly.
so because his wife is
David's told us what happened. Get his comment up. That makes it even more funnier that she shows up at the end.
So David does most of the work in the comic, solves the problem, defeats the Dalek foe, outwits the Daleks before they exterminate him. Jodie just shows up at the end to bail him out.
So she doesn't even save the day. She just
she
shows
doesn't earn
up.
it. She doesn't earn it. She just turns up. And
Like he's
the didn't
that's
turn up.
serious, where everybody else did the work for her, and then she just come blundering in right at the last second and saved the day. Yeah, we get it.
Not earned.
It's not in the show. This is why we complain. You're gonna write the female character write her properly, or don't write her at all. It's disgraceful. It's disrespectful to women.
It's disrespectful to everybody, I think, because it's so insulting to our intellect.
Yeah, and it's disrespectful to the fandom because his vision of women are.
It's treating the audience as if they're completely stupid.
Completely different to mine, anyway. I mean, look. We're all for equality. Who isn't? But this as you said, overcorrection.
It's a surprise they didn't have her kill him off like in Terminator style.
Well, they haven't got to the end of that yet. You probably
we'll see what the ending is.
The end story now. Well done, Lee.
I've given them ideas, haven't I?
Jesus
Sorry.
Christ, they probably bring back the meta crisis doctor as well, just to prove a point.
No, they'll probably kill that one off because then no consequences. Although they don't seem to care about consequences anyway, so who knows?
Yeah, but the interest in this upcoming New York Comic Con panel, as some have spoken about, is very limited right now. And if this was the old days, even a Peter Capaldi, there would be a lot more activity right now. It is sad. It's sad that we've gotten to.
It's embarrassing.
BBC should be embarrassed. I would
to have a Bear documentary pinned as the primary thing on the Twitter to promote for New York Comic Con.
And we've all joked that a lot of the core fan base for the current run is on Twitter, so that's their home ground.
Yeah, why are they not kicking off about that? I don't know. Maybe because they don't really care, like they pretend to do so much. I don't know.
No, there's only a handful of accounts that will push it out to others and let people know. And then you'll see even in their comment threads, they say, "Oh, I didn't even know this was on. Thanks for reminding me." Ourselves fans, you don't know when it is. Listen, I might hate this era, but we all knew when it was on.
Exactly.
I knew when it was on.
Because he's got no presence. I said, I don't. Chibnall is like this.
I don't even have Twitter, right? And I still know when it's on.
Where is Chibnall? Everybody should be saying, where is Chibnall?
Well, he was on the last one in 2018 with her.
Oh,
why is he not?
That was 2 years ago. You want to get his,
Right?
That was before he'd wrecked the fandom, mate.
Exactly. Come out your hidey hole, you little shit.
He hasn't got the nerve to. He hasn't got the nerve.
He does.
You know what? I'd actually be surprised if he turned up as a surprise guest.
He won't
that would
turn
be
up.
hilarious.
Do you know what? They might need to do something to generate more excitement, because they'll be looking at that and saying that that's not doing well tonight. See, this is me because I'm smart. If I was working for BBC America right now and I was looking at this, I would go back and say, listen, guys, we need to do something because we're not generating enough interest. So I'm going to ring up Chibs, see if he can come on. We'll surprise them all. We'll say we'll have a special guest coming, but we'll say nothing. Bring him on near the end, and that should boost their numbers. Bob's your uncle. That's what I would do, but I'm not that smart.
I would also say though, if you do go on, if anyone does think about going on to the chat tomorrow, just bear in mind that there will be kids on there. So
exactly.
Don't push it.
Exactly. Not only that, we get this reputation of being vulgar, vile, and all this, right?
Yeah, and we'll look bad if
tomorrow, because a lot of them will be in that chat. Prove to them tomorrow that you're not. And even if some of these clowns respond to one of your messages, ignore them. Just ignore them. They're looking for a reaction. Show this fandom, show this side of the fandom that we're not the toxic ones. Because trust me, these guys can't help themselves. They expose themselves all the time, right? But the rest of the fandom is going to see now. Because, okay, there's not much interest, but the numbers will go up over the days and a lot more people will watch. I still don't think it'll do that great, but you'll get a lot more that will see the behavior of these younger fans. And I'm not saying it's all younger fans, but they'll get to see these fans, how they react to people that are just putting up comments like yourself. But don't react to them. This time, don't react to them. And Lee is right. If I'm on that tomorrow and I see anybody that's been in this chat say and vile on that, I'm sorry, I'm just going to tell you now, I'm going to remove you. I don't want any of that. If you go on there, you are representing the Doctor Who fandom. We all are. So
and
let's
we've got enough venom. We've got enough fights.
Exactly. Let's put a positive foot forward, right? Positive foot forward. Show the rest of the fandom that we aren't the toxic ones. Just ask your questions. Even if you don't get an answer or one is not acknowledged, and one of these clowns, as I said, answers you back, say nothing. Hold your head above it. All right?
Chris Persia's just said, so BBC America did tweet out for New York Comic Con panel, but it's from a separate account, the Doctor Who BBC America handle. And they finally pinned tomorrow's event. Finally pinned it. I mean, does that mean they only just did this?
Well, I don't know. Who
like before. Oh, what should we have done? Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. Just why?
Bob, come here. You're fired, Bob. You didn't do your job. We need to get a new person on because you didn't pin the tweet.
It's pathetic. It's pathetic.
We've got a £5 super chat by someone that I've never received one off before, so interesting. It's from Douglas Nelson, and it's a $5 super chat. Thank you very much, sir. He says, you think Chibnall is really in charge or just more of a yes man for the BBC than Moffat?
Pierce Wenger is pulling his chain.
Yeah,
He's the one in charge.
See, Douglas, I used to think that. Well, I actually think Chibnall has a lot more power than we actually think.
I think it's been allowed to have power, but I think he's been given that power by Pierce Wenger.
I think he's been given it, and I think he has gone a bit crazy. What I've been told, and I spoke about this a few months back, is that there's people within the BBC that are actually not happy with the way the whole thing has unfolded. Some people believe that he's actually gone too far. Because you've got to remember it's a British institution, and some people are, whether they'd say it publicly or not, they do like to protect that baby. That's everybody's baby. That's a British institution. That is British Films, go-to TV show. I mean, it's the longest sci-fi show in the world. Look, what more do you need? It's a BBC show. A little sci-fi history show that started all the way back in those days. Nobody thought it'd even get this far. But there you go. And why did it? Because I had a formula that worked. If you mess with that formula, then...
Yeah, it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It was getting stale. Yes, of course it was getting stale. Because the writer that was writing the show had fallen out of love with it. Because
he should have left the season earlier.
Yeah, he stayed too long, Moffat, hadn't he?
Yeah, he did. He fell out
was worn out.
Studio interference. He didn't like it. You could clearly see he was unhappy. His focus was on these other projects then at that stage. All they needed to do, they didn't even need to take a break. All they needed to do was bring in the right showrunner. And that would have elevated the show, I believe, because the writing, as I said, under Moffat had become stale. And that was the problem. That was the biggest issue. It had nothing got to do with an older Doctor and Peter Capaldi, because we'd had older Doctors in the past. It doesn't matter if some of the younger.
No, I think it did play a factor with.
I think it did a bit.
Yeah, bearing in mind, like Tennant and Smith brought in a lot of lusting young female teenage girls.
Listen, I'm not saying that the
Capaldi
show
wasn't for them.
because they cast Peter Capaldi. It did, but it didn't suffer the catastrophic failure
Not
that
like it is
Series
now.
11 and 12 has had. He managed to
Absolutely.
maintain, and this is what I say when people talk about him, but his ratings were down. Yeah, but he maintained his ratings. Jodie Whittaker's era has not maintained.
That's
her
right. And if you look at his overnights, they were bolstered a lot by the consolidated numbers, whereas
Exactly.
those consolidated numbers failed to materialize for the Whittaker era.
People were talking about, because people that weren't quite sure about watching them were listening to other fans saying, "Oh yeah, this was actually a good," and they watched out of curiosity, and that's what happens more than mouth. But that's not happening with the Whittaker era, and that's that's the hard cold facts. Word of mouth is not helping this show anymore.
The word of mouth is hurting it. That's what it's doing.
Actively hurting it.
Asking yourselves why, though. That's what the other side need to ask. Ask why. Why isn't it? Even when you talk about it, why aren't people watching?
Wait till October to promote this special.
They're not
Sorry,
watching
Charlotte.
because they're saying, "Oh, what happened in Doctor Who last night?" Well, a frog talked and a single dad got shouted at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would that
And I
make-
got preached at for an hour, you know.
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
Oh, what was? Oh, we go to series 12. Oh, what happened in Doctor Who last night? Well, there was a lecture about plastic, and that's all I can remember.
Sheets. We had an Addy post on crack that ate metal.
That looked like something from Futurama. Yeah.
We had a pregnant ginger man.
And the Doctor isn't a Time Lord. Yay!
Yay.
that has been talked about series 12, like I said, is that retcon. So nobody's going to want to touch this show when it comes back.
Oh, by the way, just to let you know, they're actually talking of doing. Emily has been talking about a Halloween tweet along. Of course, one of the episodes that the other side are picking is that haunting of Dido.
Get real.
Oil of crap where Graham is actually made a fool out of. It's actually not frightening.
Well, enjoy your couple of thousand who will join in.
So if people think that's frightening, watch Midnight. That was actually frightening.
Well, they're doing
That's
Capaldi first. Emily's doing which is I found funny that this would be a better one. They're doing Mummy on the Orient Express.
So they've decided to do that one now. Is that the one they've chosen?
No, I think they're doing that first, and then they're doing a Halloween tweet along afterwards.
I think More Than Enough in Time is scarier, quite honestly.
Of course it is. Of course it is. That is.
But we can't have that one because of
where
BLM.
Bill is in with the Cybermen, but we don't know they're Cybermen. We know, but she doesn't know. And she turns on the volume and she hears the Cyber, kill me. You're like, and the other one saying mercy, mercy. Like, yeah. I mean, look, that is, but they will vote a Whittaker episode because they want to prove that she's popular.
Well, if they can rig a radio time spot, I mean, they'll stop at nothing, really, will they?
Of course. But tomorrow is an interesting day. We could go on for a few more hours, but I'm not because, quite honestly, it is a long day tomorrow.
You're busy, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah. So there's lots going on. This Comic-Con is going to be the most interesting thing to happen this year, Doctor Who wise. So don't forget to tune in with me panel. It'll be a fun panel. I can guarantee you that there'll be a lot of analysis done as well.
We'll make fun.
It'll be. I'm more interested in hearing what Whittaker says. I don't really know character development there. I think she should just sit there and let the other two talk because she has no character development. I mean, she's a cop, but isn't a cop, but never goes to work, was bullied, but we didn't really.
He's the bestest cop there is.
And she's the bestest cop ever. So that's her character development. So we don't, and she was called a name once.
She got depressed.
Name once because she was a cop and she got depressed. Yeah.
Yeah. We only know she's depressed because they told us so in one episode.
No character development to show us that she was actually depressed. But there you go.
I mean,
Yeah,
she makes me depressed. I don't know if that.
Now, neither does Whittaker have character development, but at least they,
Well, she's so one note. She's just always hyperactive, and that's about it.
But the thing about it is, it will be interesting to hear the way she speaks about Doctor Who and to hear what she actually says. Because a lot of fans out there that will be watching will try spin her words. Because a lot of spin will happen. We will give it to you out straight. We will say, we'll hear it. There'll be no spin. Everybody will give their opinion. But she is going to say some interesting things. We'll have to look out for them. And then she will say things, as you know, that she can't help herself. She'll come out with some rhetoric about how, little girls needed this crap.
Yeah, but honestly, that's getting boring now.
It hasn't stopped her in the past.
I don't be surprised if she's actually asked if she's gender neutral or whatever it is.
Oh, that'll probably come up, yeah. I just think so, because it's so
reported. They have to pander to the fans, Wink,
yeah,
wink.
but in the same panel, she'll probably go on about being the first female Doctor.
And I'll say, and someone should actually bring that up. So how can he be a feminist and gender neutral?
Mm-hmm. Neutral is the key word here. Gender neutral.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder how she'd actually spin that one. They like to spin a lot, don't they? I sent you an email, Alpha Omega, about 20 minutes ago, man. Check your email. Sorry, pal. I thought you would your email. I could bring you on for 10 minutes or so because I'm going to finish up now. If you want to pop on for a second, yeah, go ahead. But I sent you an email, pal. The email address that you gave me.
Oh, we did.
Just Alpha.
To be honest, I'll if there's a trailer tomorrow, I'll watch it because then at least I can say I've watched it. But I just got a feeling I'll just have a meh reaction. I really think that's going to be my reaction.
Oh, look, Daleks again. Yay.
Yeah. Well, I'll watch the trailer, but while we're watching the panel, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it because I'm going to do a separate video on the trailer and break it down.
I was going to say, be careful though. If they show it, you might get a copyright strike, mate.
Well, they'll probably do a claim now. It'll be a claim. I don't mind. It means it won't be monetized, but I don't really mind.
Okay, it's a claim if you don't mind. Then.
I will be pausing it because I'll be breaking it down. I'll be freeze framing it and stuff to see if we miss that. Because there's always something within the frames that you can't see in real time. So, all the big streamers do it. When they did the Batman trailer, that's how they did it. So
one thing we can probably be gratefully thankful for, and it would likely happen, is that with a lot of live streams, like they start really chugging and constantly trying to catch up. You got to get the spinny wheel thing going because it's so overloaded.
Yeah, but that's probably because there's so many people in the chat, mate.
Yeah, that's why I don't think we're going to have a problem, exactly. So I don't think we'll have an issue with it being overloaded. We'll see. I doubt it.
Listen, this is going to be two different This is going to be different factions of Daleks fighting each other. He's ripping other people's ideas off. Chibnall doesn't have an original thought in his head, and when he does, he comes up with bollocks like the timeless child. He's a disgrace.
He basically just went, I watched Brain more.
He should be ashamed of himself. He won't even come and, you know what? That's why I hate him so much. He won't come and face the fans. I wish he'd actually, do you know what? I'd have more respect for him if he took all the mud that was slung at him. Fair play to you.
Yeah, exactly. If you're so utterly convinced that you're right, and if you're so proud of what you've done, why are you so hard to pin down? Exactly. Like, surely you should be crowing this from the rooftops. You should be going like Matrix Lord level crazy, saying how wonderful you are, and then just go, yes, I am responsible. I believe in what I've done. Yet, where is he? Crickets.
There you go. Nicholas Horton is spot on. And that's exactly what he's doing because he doesn't have an original thought in his mind. Chibnall is ripping off Remembrance of the Daleks, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Sounds like it. And we'll find out because we'll be watching that next on Saturday. So, yeah.
Yeah. But thanks for the plugs, Lee. So, yeah, as I said, the weekend we do. And Alpha Omega, I did send you that link, that email. I don't know if you're still in the chat, pal. I hope you are. But I have sent you the email to the email address that you sent me. And I'm just going to check Twitter real quick just to see if you've
Yeah,
received
well, I guess Stoll didn't check his Twitter DM, so I'm guessing it's there.
I only have Twitter DMs are better for me. I don't know how to send a link to Twitter. I send an email. That's how I do it. That's why I ask everybody for their email. I've only
Which
sent
helps me, 'cause
my
that's the only
email.
way this thing
And
works.
I've put it in the chat now. There's only yourself coming on. Others might jump in, and I don't want it to get kind of,
Right, lads, I need to bounce because it's getting near 10.
No.
Thank you for letting me come on.
It's been a pleasure as always, Charlotte. Your points of view are always spot on, and it's commented on quite a lot in the chat. So well done, great stuff as
And
always.
you are the co-host of a channel, as you are a guest also. As I said, you have to be a guest on this channel now to plug your channel. And as you are a guest and you co-host with Daniel, I give you this opportunity to plug your own social media, but also Daniel's and his channel and all that other stuff.
Well, next Tuesday, me and Daniel will be doing the second episode of Beware's audio fan series, and we'll be doing a stream, just the two of us, going over it, and we'll probably ramble on about other stuff like we did yesterday. And then on Saturday, I'm here for classics, so you'll see me and hear me then, and that's the stuff I can say for definite.
Yeah, and I'm trying to talk to Beware to see if I can get him onto Daniel's channel. I'm working on it. We'll see.
Well, if you do that, I have to be there. That's
Well,
the
of course.
Yeah.
Duh.
Because I technically sent it to Daniel. No, I'm joking. No, that'd be brilliant if you could play.
And I actually want to plug a bit of the channel myself, if you don't mind, because they're in the chat, and because I haven't seen them in a while. I know he's been in the chat, but we haven't actually spoken in a while. But I want to give a special shout out to the Nerdaholics. Sean, I think there is in the chat. If you haven't supported those guys, please check them out. I think the channel, you threw something up on you recently. So I think they're back up and running again, doing their streams. So if you want to check those guys out as well, I'll plug myself now in a minute. But I'll ask Lee. Lee, is there bar your social media? Is there anything else you want to say?
Well, still on the Twitter naughty step. They haven't responded as quickly as last time, which is not surprising at all. Don't really care at this stage. You can find me on Parler. I am now an official moderotic on Nerderotic's channel, so you can always catch me there when I'm doing shizzle. I will be here tomorrow with Noel and Rabbi and Dan from the Spacebook and a number of others, I guess, over this travesty.
What we'll do is we'll have the normal panelists on, and then I will rotate a few guests if you want to come on and pop in and give you our 2 cents. So it'll be like a full panel, but with the Tardis on kind of talks vibe about it. So I'll put the link in the chat, and then whoever wants to come on for a couple of minutes and just give their 2 cents of what they've seen so far as we're streaming, that'll be absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Is there anything else there, Lee, you want
to... just that, catch me on some of the Rabbi stuff that we'll be doing. I'll be doing a read-through of this new Time Lord Victorious book at some point, and I'll be doing chapters of that, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
Fantastic. And as you know, I'm back here again. What time is it, Lee?
6:40.
6:40. So we will start. We'll start at 6:15. I will put the link up tonight for everybody on YouTube. Okay, and I will send the link ahead of time to the people or the emails to the people that are going to be joining me. And then, as I said, we will whack you in. And I don't think Alpha Omega is gonna pop in. I don't know if you're still in the chat. I'm gonna check.
It did say never mind. I do hope he's okay. That it wasn't
No,
on
I
purpose.
just wanted to tell him that I did.
Oh, and David Blythe says it's his birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday for tomorrow. If we don't see you, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. We'll celebrate
if you're
then.
in the chat tomorrow, and it'll be your own fault now if you pop in. But I'm just telling you now, if you're in the chat tomorrow and I see your name, you do know now we're all going to sing you a happy birthday because that's what we do to people on this channel.
How about Noel? How about if Alpha Omega comes on as your first guest tomorrow? Maybe if that's a consolation.
Oh yeah, I'm going to ask him if he wants to join the panel tomorrow because I do.
There you go. How do you feel about that?
There. So listen, I did send you an email, pal. I don't know if you got the email, but I definitely did send you an email. So this is what I'll do. If you'd like to join us for the Comic-Con panel tomorrow, you're more than welcome to join us. You could be in with the rest of the lads and the ladies that are joining us. You could stay with us and then we can rotate you because I do feel a little bit bad. I did see our message late, but I did send you an email. And I did write it in the right way, but sometimes I'll see it's in big RS. I'll put it in a small RS. You have it as a big RS there, but I thought it'd correct itself.
We'll make it up to you. We'll make it up to you, bud.
Yeah,
you're a great supporter of the channel.
Omega, if that's okay with you, yeah? Oh, you got it and all. Oh, he said he got the email. Okay. Well, then that's good. That's good. At least you got it. I know it's working. Okay. We'll bring it on tomorrow. I really apologize about that. If I had to seen the message sooner, obviously, I would have brought you on straight away, pal. But what else have we got? So, yeah, we're back here tomorrow. Then, obviously, we're going to plug them because we're going to be on Rabbi's channel then, live, by the way. So, come and join us. There'll be a couple of hours of fun there, quiz. Last week, it was Rabbi and Lee and myself and Charlotte. Rabbi and Lee won by a point in the end. It was a hard fought contest.
I won the point.
We basically got very competitive, but it was
like you got competitive.
Yeah, I did lose. I'm going to win this week.
Well, I'm not playing, so you can win all you like.
Come here for a minute. I hammered the two in the picture round, so I'll be quiet. Sit down.
Well, I'll tell you what. But come on, you had the easiest questions.
Oh my God!
So belatedly easiest questions.
Well, you won anyway, so well done. So we're on Rabbi's channel. Go and check him out for that. That'll be fun and laugh.
Oh, and we also did a live stream earlier. If you love classic British films, we did a retrospective on the Italian Job, and that was on Rabbi's channel earlier. So if you want to go and check that out, I'm sure it's still up there now.
And also another guy that's going to be on that channel, and I have no problem with plugging, good friend of ours as well, Dan from the Spacebook as well. He's going to be hosting the quiz on that. And if the comic part of the section does go ahead, I will be obviously hosting that on Rabbi's channel, which I find weird that I'm hosting on someone else's channel, but there you go. And then I'm back on Friday, so that's why I had the 2 days off. Then I'm back on Friday then for the Tardis Zone talk. So officially we'll be back on Friday. So we'll more than likely be dealing with all the fallout of what happened yesterday, tomorrow. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Then Saturday we've got Classic Who, and then on Sunday we've got New Who, and I've got both those trailers, and I'll be whacking them up later on for you as well. So yeah, there's plenty going on. So there's loads of us out there doing different things. So if you don't like to come and see me and stay with me, because maybe an hour of me is good enough. More than that is probably grind the teeth. You can go and check someone else out. As I said, I've listen, people out there think I'm all about clicks, this, that. I don't listen. I do this because I enjoy it. Not all the time, I have to say to you. It is getting a bit, especially when you're attacked constantly. But I do genuinely love coming on, talking to you guys and stuff like that. As I said, and Lee has been with me, like Daniel, pretty much from the start. If one person watched me, I'd be happy with that. It's never been about that. Sure, if it was, when
It's not a competition.
Source information, why would I be using copyright music so I can't monetize the actual video that I'm doing? If I was all about that, why wouldn't I be using and not, you know what I mean? Not using copyright, because sometimes I throw videos up, people complain about them, but I actually, as I've explained, I throw some of those videos up like that with that music as a bit of a reward, because I know I get super chats off people. I know people view me streams, they're the ones that are monetized, so these are all helping me. So I like to give something back, and I've always been that way, and I'm not going to change. And I do. I've promoted a lot of people on this channel as well, and at the end of the day, what kind of thanks do you get for it all? Nothing but disrespecting people, attacking you 24/7. So,
it's not a competition. This is not a pitch war, right? This is not like the mafia or the taking territory and then backwards and forth. There's room for everybody.
There is. And there's different content out there as well. So
what happens. We'll go along with whatever happens. What happens is reality. What we speculate is not reality until it's proven to be reality.
Exactly. Right. I could go on. I'm not going to go on. Me and Lee are going to leave you now. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you everybody in the chat for the super chats. I really do appreciate all the support, especially now more than ever. Thank you. You don't realize how much that actually means to me. Only the people that are closest to me know exactly what I'm talking about. But I want to really say thank you for all the support. Everybody that has tuned in.
A shout out to the Facebook user there. That's unusual. Don't usually see that. So yeah, Doctor Who Mafia. Enjoy your banter. Thank you.
So I mean, look, without you guys, as I said, this channel wouldn't even, well, it would exist, but it wouldn't be. I wouldn't have the little community that it has without you guys. So I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the support these last few years, because hasn't always been easy. And I know I do this daily every night, but you really don't know how much it actually means to me that you are all still here after all this time. And for all you new guys that have joined recently, welcome to our little club. Welcome to our little community. And as you can see there, everybody in the chat is nice to each other, very welcoming. There's a couple of Jodie Whittaker fans even in the chat now, and everybody treats everybody with respect. That's what we're all about. But when you're constantly being spoke about and there's constant lies, unfortunately, channel me and others associated with me seem to get this reputation. So I just hope that someday a lot of those people that did turn against me because of what certain people were saying, that they go and check out my channel for themselves, and will see that I'm just a grumpy old Irish guy. And I'll admit I'm grumpy. A grumpy old Irish guy, not happy with Doctor Who. And I don't mean any malice by it or anything like that. I just have very strong opinions, and unfortunately
they're not even strong opinions, they're just opinions, and they're opinions that resonate with a great deal of people out there. Otherwise you wouldn't have an audience at all, and you do. So end off.
That's it. So thank you all. I really appreciate it all. And I think that's it now. So I'll just say goodbye to all my moderators as well. Chris, Daniel, and everybody else that was moderating. I think Cheryl popped in as well at the start. So I want to thank Cheryl as well. I might annoy my wife and stuff. She always has me back as well. So and
she's a keeper.
Well, we all know that. Shh. We all know that. Stop. I'm punching. Of course I'm punching. We all know I'm punching, but who cares? She's mine. Well, she's not. She's not or nobody's possession. She's right. She's nobody's possession. Just mine. That'll wind a few people up. That will tonight.
Oh God.
Right, I do all the cooking, and I'm the bitch in this house. Remember that. Right, I'm the one sitting here talking to you in a live stream wearing my wife's pink bathrobe right now. Yeah. Okay.
TMI.
Right. No bother. And I'm not messing. My wife will actually tell you the way I'm sitting. I'm sitting with me
That's
legs
cultural
crossed, with a big
appropriation. Not.
back robe on me, with me bloody with me Deadpool t-shirt on and an 80s hairstyle because me hair goes down past me eyes now. Actually, do you know that singer Gabrielle that used to sing that song? Dreams
Oh
can
God.
no her
You got all emo.
hair over her eye. Well, I can actually cover my eyes now with
You're
my
so
hair.
emo. So emo.
Yeah. So emo. And emo.
I had to literally take a pair of scissors to the back of my hair and just turn it
I've
twist
never
it into a ponytail and
yeah.
then cut it. And it's
Do you
better
know
than it
what,
was.
Lee? It's a very interesting because I've never really had really long hair. It's you don't realize what people with long hair actually go through.
Yeah, fuck that.
Because
Mine goes all Farrah
everywhere.
Fawcett. It just goes like
Yeah, I mean, I'll
wings.
be sitting there watching TV, right, and I might move my head a little bit, and then like my whole eye line is covered with me hair. I'm not used to this, and I've also noticed my hair is not as soft as it used to be when it was cut short. It actually feels a bit. I've been using shampoo.
Split ends, Noel. Sort it out.
I've actually said to Cheryl, man, do I need different
Just get a
shampoo?
razor. Just get a razor and just go straight. Follow
Oh, I have
the
one of those fucking things myself.
just like a normal razor, but just sort of like go down and get rid of those
You know what it was? My goal
bristled
was
ends.
to just let it grow a little bit, but then I just let it grow even more and more. And if we go into another lockdown again now, I will definitely have to cut it myself because all the barbers will close down. God knows when they'll open back up
Maybe
again.
do it before they
So
close down.
by the time if they did ever reopen, I could look like Jesus because I literally because I've literally grown a beard as well. I've literally just seriously, if you see me, you will all say,
No, we'll leave the Messiah complex to other channels.
"Yeah, true." But yeah, this long hair business, folks. I tell you, I can actually put my finger through my hairs and move it back, and it's weird. I've never been able to do that, and my hair is long at the back as well. So I don't know what it is. I kind of want to see where this goes, but at the same time, I'm kind of like thinking because I am married, and public perceptions are, I don't know if Cheryl would want to walk around with someone
Can't
that
she help you cut it at the
homeless.
back? Take a
Because
bit off the front.
in fairness, when I wake up, the hair's all over the place and I look homeless. So I mean, she probably won't want to go around with a husband that looks homeless. So
There
yeah,
you go.
she
Facebook
did like the
user
long
says
hair at the start, but I think she said it's a bit long now and I need to get a bit of a trim. But she does like the long hair because I always have my hair short, and she doesn't like me hair short. And I have to be honest with you, I don't like it short myself. The only reason why I got it cut short was because that's the way my parents always got it done. There was no like when we got haircuts, there was no shape his hair. You know that sort of way like people do. They get a barber to do something with their hair. It was just like, yeah, give them the number 2 and the number 3 hair or whatever. That was it. So I continued that into my adult life. So this is the first time. So I'm actually enjoying, even though the hair is, and it's doing it right now. It's flipped down, and I'm flicking my head
well,
now.
Facebook user says Irish Jesus Doctor Who.
Oh, there is an Irish Jesus already on Twitter. Go and check him out. His name is Paul. He's bloody funny, he is. He does YouTube videos. There's an Irish Jesus already, and he looks like Jesus. Here, hold on. I don't think Irish Jesus will mind. Hold on. I'll get you.
Oh, I've got to see this.
Right, you have to see this. Right, Irish.
It's not an Irish Jesus
I
Doctor
think he
Who.
even has a video, so I'll probably be allowed there. Irish Jesus Paul. It even comes up. Right, he's from Dublin. Right, I won't say where in Dublin, but he's a Dublin man. So tell me if you think this guy looks like Jesus. So I'll show you a picture here first. Oh, Jesus. Cheryl, you need to see this one because this one is actually freaky. He actually looks like one of the pictures. Oh, you have seen. Oh, see, Cheryl's already seen because we're fans of Irish.
Come on, we're all dying here. Put it up. Oh my God. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Right, there he is there. Look at. Irish Jesus.
Irish Jesus Beast. Oh my
So
goodness.
that's what he really looks like. Look. Doesn't he look like the pictures, man?
Yeah,
In the
that's
pictures, Jesus is
freaky.
obviously a little bit more, you know.
We've all been touched by Irish Jesus.
There you go. So now, well, I have to say, my little brother, well, I don't know if he still has his hair the same way, but his hair is long as well. He looks like, so there he is without his beard. Oh, he looks weird there. So he must have shaved it there, and there he is with a full blown beard. He looks like a homeless man.
So on the left is baby Jesus.
Yeah. Now I have to be on. This guy is such a nice guy. He was living. He's a bit of a TV personality as well. So he was on this B&B show, and he was living. It was like what it is that this show decided there's a lot of old people living on their own, and their older kids might be working, so there's nobody there with their parents. So their parents are looking for a lodger. So they take in young people, like this guy here. So he moved in with this old guy, and it was going so great. And then did he have a fall? The old guy, he had a fall, didn't he? He had a fall, and it made him realize he wanted to stay, and I think your man wanted him to stay, but after he had his fall, he realized that he actually needed more help, and it'd be unfair to burden this young lad with it. But the show ended, and I never got an update, so he still hasn't answered me tweet. I'm going mad at that one though. He didn't answer me tweet because we wanted to know, was the old man okay?
But no, you're racist because everyone knows Jesus was black.
All right, well, you can't, I mean, that's the way
so
they are.
Racist. So
Well, I mean,
racist.
No way. 18 reasons why Jesus was definitely 100% Irish. Come here. Do you know what? I was going to leave, but we have to check this out real quick. Right, we'll check this out because I want to know why Jesus is Irish. Right, because I'm being honest with you. I'd have to say it kind of all fits in. He had 12 mates. He went drinking a lot.
Oh, these constant requests to okay or not okay these bloody cookies drives me nuts. For anyone in America, like in Europe, we have these pop-ups that say whether or not you want to be snooped on by advertising, and it's just a constant. Every website you go to, especially news ones, or it's so annoying. It just gets my tits.
Oh, did you see them though? Did you see them McVitie's? Did you? You missed them.
Stop.
So they say everybody claims to be Irish, including Barack Obama. Ed Sheeran, no, you can keep him, thanks. Conan O'Brien, so he had an Irish granny, so we'll take him. Even Jack Charlton, but he wasn't an Irish man, he was an English man who was adopted by us, so yeah, he is Irish. Right, so he says, so here's the fourth reason why Jesus was Irish. Nobody spoke about how he was conceived. Let's not ask, it's the best way. His mother thought he was God. Mothers do love their son. He was constantly telling his mates about him. This is actually funny. Hold on. This gift no longer exists. So there was something there. Right. Hold on. He loved telling stories. Yeah, Irish do have the gift of the gab. Yeah. Right.
So we did.
I'm telling you, this is fitting in. He's Irish. He hung around with a big gang of lads. Told you, he hung around with 12 lads and got pissed. Number 5, had a great big beard and long hair, and I've just shown you Irish Jesus. And there he is winking at us there with his sheep. Hiya, Jesus. Nice to meet you. And he was a carpenter, and a lot of Irish.
You'll get a trade, Jesus, and that's it.
England and America were all tradesmen. They were brickies, carpenters, and painters. 7, he did what everyone asked him. He have you asked Jesus? He'll sort you out for sure. Well, he hasn't sorted us out any time bleeding soon now because I'd call on him right now.
The passive aggression of the Christ.
Oh my god.
No, it's fine. I'll carry it.
Oh my god. He could never turn water. He could turn water into wine for when it's too late to go to the awful. Right, that one's a bit stupid because we can't turn water. Oh, hold on. Like our Irish parents. Oh no, they've been. He feeds lots of people with a bit of bread and some fish. Like Irish parents have been doing this for generations. Oh, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Number 10, he lived at home until his mid-30s. Oh my god. Any fear finding your place, Jesus. Oh, this is so funny.
Father Miller, I better not be watching this.
His cat is there eating his Doritos and he's just sitting there with, yeah. He likes spreading gossip. Wait till you hear what me dad was telling me. That is true. We do like actually telling people what we've heard. Especially when people tell you something and they don't actually tell you not to say it. And see, that's the thing you must say to Irish people. Please don't say it. Because if you don't add that, we automatically assume it's okay to say.
Don't say it.
Nah, but no. He hates bankers like the rest of us. Oh, no, hold on. That was the wrong one. He ran into a lake to prove he could walk on water. Hold me beer. Okay, yeah, that's a bit of a stupid one, but we'll give you that one. He hated bankers like the rest of us. When he did, he thought the case was a greedy little man, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
14. He went out with the lads the night before he died. Oh, that's a horrible one. Oh, but Last Supper more like stag do. I love it. He even brought the whole gang. There's a fair amount of us, but I can't leave doubting Thomas out, shit buzz as he is. That's true. There's always that mate. I don't know if it's the same in England as well.
No, it is true. Yeah.
That one mate, we do like him, but he can be an irritating little.
Yeah, and he's always the one with no money. He's the drink.
Yeah,
right?
and not only that, he's always the one that will buzzkill as well or cock block you.
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit depressed. Oh God.
And number 16 is even though there was one bad egg. Okay.
That'll be
I've been bitching about Judas while smoking. Well, that's true. We'd all be bitching about his last request was for a drink.
You've been bad mouthing me.
I've time for one. That's actually true. Number 18. Finally, he disappeared for 3 days over a long weekend before sheepishly embarking on a walk. No shame. Oh my God, we are all going to hell.
We're going to hell, that's it. Yeah, don't worry, chat, you were only watching.
Oh, there you go. Something a bit funny to end on.
Oh, what? Brilliant. That was good.
Something a bit funny to end on. Right, and with that, I am actually going to leave. Hold on, the chat has...
we got the Facebook user said, I'm a vicar, you're fine. That's what I like about the Church of England. We can get that with the Catholic. Oh, where's he gone? We've lost him, so it's just me. Well, hello, I'm not Jesus, but, you know, I do have a beard then, a holy glow. There we go. Oh, he's back.
Right, we're back to finish off. So, yeah, looking at some of your comments in the last... So, I tell you, man...
Matthew Pouter says, hi, late at the party, you know who, bad mouth. No, yeah, we covered it. If you want to start from the beginning, we covered it in glorious detail.
We did, and it wasn't a rant. It wasn't an attack. If anybody watches the stream from the beginning, they will see that I was quite sensible about the whole thing. If people want to scream and shout on Twitter about me, Facebook, whatever it is, it's their prerogative, but it makes them look stupid. And I just hope for their sake that they are right, because it will look very bad. And I think they'll
if they're right, I mean, good on you. If you're wrong, I think they stand to lose a lot more credibility than us, because you've always said it's rumor. Until it's proven true, it's rumor, and that's a responsible a responsible position to take.
Exactly.
You know, we'll see. We shall see.
We shall. Join us tomorrow, Matthew, because we'll be covering the disaster that is New York Comic Con. I know you don't like them, but you'll get to hear them talk. So come and suffer with the rest of us. The rest of you, don't forget to come and 6. I'll put the link up anyway, as I said. We'll probably go live around 6:15, half an hour beforehand, so we can have a chat and speculate on what we think might be said and all of that, like what we've been doing tonight. So we're going to leave you with Lee's trailer. If you want a rebrand, he's the guy to go and see. Lee, just before we go real quickly, I'm about to get the trailer. I'm going to play the 2 trailers again as I do. But just let everybody know where they can find you if they are looking to have some sort of rebranding done. Where is the best place right now they can find you?
They can find me on Parler. You can at me if you're serious, then we can discuss it, and we'll sort something out. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be break the bank kind of stuff because I'm still learning. It depends on what it is. I did a short bit of CGI for Doctor Who Unwoke. If you find him on Twitter, he did a fan edit of the final Capaldi story, and he took out the whole regeneration thing and just did a really clever thing. You watch it and watch the post-credit scene. It's perfect. It's really good. So yeah, I did a little bit of CGI for that. So go and check that out. Other than that, yeah, I'm always around in the chat. If you want my attention, we can chat, and then I can direct you to where to go, and we can talk in private.
This stream, Jed, will be up on the channel. I'll leave it up on the channel. So we're live now. It'll go up on the channel when it fully all processes and all that. And it'll be the same for the Comic Con one. We will be live. And then the stream will stay up. And then, of course, we might have a couple of more videos to do after, because there might be some fallout from tomorrow night. We don't know. We just have to see. But we will be analysing what is said and all of that other stuff. And don't forget, he is on Parler as well. And Alpha Omega has popped in for just right at the end. So what I'll do is I'll just let him very quickly give his shout outs to his channel. And we will have him on the panel with us tomorrow if he wants to join. He's popped back out again, I see. Okay. Well, Alpha Omega, go and check out his channel. It said disconnection, so it could have been just the device I think he's using his mobile. So check out Alpha Omega's channel as well, guys. He will be on the panel with us also tomorrow. So yeah, that's it. Gonna leave you with Lee's work. So on Friday we have this coming. And for some weird reason, it just froze there. I might have to start deleting stuff off this computer.
It played on the stream, but it didn't play in the StreamYard. That's interesting.
Yeah, for us too, it didn't. Yeah, very bad. It skips all over the place. That's why sometimes when I go live, people say, you were live 5 minutes ago. Yeah, it's because this happens, especially when I've shared links and people are in with me. It's stupid. But here is his final trailer. Listen, thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Pleasure. As I said, we've got a long weekend ahead. So plenty of stuff on the Tardis on Rabbi's channel and everybody else's channel. So you won't be, so plenty to keep you going over the week and weekend. So good night. Stay safe. And I shall talk to you tomorrow for the big day, New York Comic Con. Bring it on.
Indeed.